Mooresville.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
After a few days off, the Spurs back at it tonight, playing host to the Atlanta Hawks. Hawks come in at 14-13. They're 7th in the Eastern Conference. Spurs, meanwhile, sit at 13-13, 11th in the West. Tip-off from the Frost Bank Center is at 7 o'clock. Thursday Night Football tonight has the Denver Broncos in Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. Big game for playoff seeding for both of those teams. You can hear it right here, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star at 6:30.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, along with Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live at a Chicken and Pickle on this Thursday.
Chicken and Pickle. It's good to be out here. It really is. And I'm stuffed, man. I ate some good food.
Yeah, you did.
I did. Some ribs, some chicken wings, French fries. It was fantastic.
Well, and we ordered way too much. So if you're hungry, you can come, I don't know, eat. So Joe's ordering and looking at, I thought he said, I got the ribs, you get the wings. No, Reinagel ordered ribs and wings. And then I ordered wings and other stuff. And there's way too much food.
Yeah, but it was well worth it. It doesn't matter. It's
absolutely.
Still sitting there.
It's still sitting. Kim's about to devour it.
Yeah.
And why not? I mean, because you can do that here. And I will say, and you know, I am very picky about my ribs, and I generally don't order them in places because nobody does. I mean, my ribs are my ribs, right? And the ribs here were incredible. I ate more ribs than I did wings.
Well, you didn't order the ribs. You ate my ribs. That's the problem. You kept stealing my ribs.
Yes, that's exactly what I did because the ribs were better than the wings.
Well, not much. I tell you, the wings are pretty solid.
They're good, but I would say if they're deciding between wings and ribs, go ribs.
Go ribs, yeah.
I am stunned at how good the ribs are at a place called, I don't know, Chicken and Pickle. You see what I mean? But it is one of those kind of deals. I mean, so yeah, I mean, I'm a little stuffed, and the fact, and I just realized as I looked over at grumpy-ass Greg Shelton why he hasn't gotten into the ribs or the wings yet. He is wearing a white shirt. He is wearing a white shirt.
Makes sense.
The white station shirt at that. And he's a slob, and he knows that if he gets in there, it's going to get all over that shirt.
Well, we're all slobs, but you and I wore dark shirts.
Yes.
And so it doesn't matter if you get a little barbecue sauce or buffalo sauce on those. It doesn't make any difference.
Now, I get a feeling, though, when our friends from Flight by Yingling get here and hand us the ugly sweaters that we're going to put on, at that point, he's going to go like a piranha on those ribs and wings. Because
sure.
Who cares if you get stuff on an ugly sweater? It will look like it belongs.
I can't wait to see Shelton in an ugly sweater.
I mean,
that's going to be great. I'm going to take a lot of pictures, and I'm going to put them out all over the place.
Absolutely. Our friends from Flight by Yingling will join us here in just a bit. We've got a lot to give away, not only ugly sweaters and other winter gear, but also one of those Solo Stove fire pits, the $250 variety that you can put in your backyard, hang out, and have that fire pit going. Those things are incredible. We will give one away before 6 o'clock tonight here live at the Chicken and Pickle. Plus, we have not one but two World Series replica rings from the Texas Rangers. So we've got those to give away. And, the usual. You come over here and you get a selfie with Greg Shelton. And he smiles, and you post it on Twitter. You walk away with a ring. And, because we're in the giving spirit and he's a Grinch, Greg decides who wins these rings. Not you, not me, Greg Shelton.
Well, the problem is you said it. He's a Grinch.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that, he's going to make it very difficult on anybody to walk away happy. He doesn't want that.
But it's that time of year where he's got that kind of control. And look, whether you want it for your own memorabilia collection, maybe you need a gift idea for somebody, we're taking care of that for you right now, making it very easy for you here at Chicken and Pickle. So come on by and see us. The food is great. The pickleball is interesting. I know you're not a pickleball player.
The outfits are interesting.
I want to be a pickleball player, but I'm not. I have played pickleball. I have fun when I do it. But one of the things that I've noticed, apparently I've been doing it wrong because, when I go play pickleball, I just shorts and a shirt, whatever it is I'm wearing, and I go. But apparently, for those that take this very serious, man, there are certain kinds of clothes. There's a headband involved. I've seen more headbands today than I have probably in the last 15 years combined.
I've seen that. I've seen some nice ladies walking around with the tennis skirts and the socks rolled up to the knee and all of that stuff.
For ladies, it's all about the outfits, and I get it. There's always outfits for the ladies. I get that, but the headband, I'm not sure why. Because playing pickleball, you generally don't work up a sweat. It's a great sport that you can drink beer while you're doing, and you don't necessarily have to move around a lot. And you do, but it doesn't feel that way. Not like tennis where you're going back and forth. But it is kind of interesting, the pickleball attire that people wear. It's, comical.
Well, some of it is. It's certainly interesting, that's for sure. But it's a great day to play pickleball if that's what you want to do.
Yes.
The weather is absolutely perfect. But you need to get out here and come see us because we want to see you guys and gals and enjoy some Flight by Yingling with us and our good friends from Flight by Yingling because they'll be out here. And I'm not going to speak for them, Jason, but I have a feeling if you want to Flight by Yingling, you're probably not going to have to pay for it.
I'm going to guess you won't be thirsty.
Yes.
I mean, just saying, we do these a lot. We kind of know how it goes.
Yep.
So come on by and see us here. My neighbor Hal is texting me.
Oh, yeah?
He comes over here all the time. Apparently, he was here yesterday playing pickleball. Yes, there is a uniform, apparently.
I'd like to see Hal in his pickleball uniform.
I would rather not.
I'm just saying.
I would rather not.
Hal in a pickleball uniform.
I mean, but there's leagues, and yeah. Apparently, it's a real thing.
Well, yeah, apparently it is, and this is a great place to play. I've never played. To be totally honest with you, I've never played pickleball a day in my life.
I would tell you not to, Joe.
Why?
Because you've got an addictive personality, and you get out there, and it's so much fun. You're going to be playing pickleball all the time.
Well, that's possible.
And again, you're an old man. You need to get out. You bitch about your elbow, you bitch about your knee, but you can have all those bitches and still play pickleball. It's incredible.
I can have all those bitches
and drink beer. Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
that's nice.
I mean, your elbow is, you're fine.
Oh, that's what you make complaints. I was thinking something else.
Well, your elbow, you're fine. You can play pickleball. Your knee, you're fine. You can play pickleball.
Okay.
You can't use those as an excuse not to play.
Well, I think if you're Hal and you got an outfit, I'd get a swanky outfit, and who knows? I mean, you'd be probably a chick magnet out here.
I don't know. Although now he's texting, I do not, all caps, wear a headband. I'm not sure I believe that. I knowing Hal, he gets home from work and he puts on his pickleball uniform. Like he knows exactly what he's going to compete in. And he gets dressed and he drives over here, getting zoned out as he's getting ready for his pickleball match game. I don't know what you call it, but whatever.
Well, you got to get into the mindset.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, it has to be a mindset.
Exactly what it is.
If you're going to do well, you got to be focused on what you're doing.
Probably brings the kids out, watch Daddy play pickleball.
Sure.
Yeah.
They're impressed.
Yes. Well, they're bored as hell. No, I mean, that's the other part, though. Your kids can be here doing all kinds of stuff.
Well, that's it. I mean, there's a lot of places for them to run around and play and do stuff. And I love this place. It's a great place, outdoors, a lot of area. We happen to be inside.
Yes,
so if you're looking for us,
Yeah.
If you're looking for us, come on inside. I think they call it the chicken coop. I think that's what I saw on the sign. Didn't you see that? Shelton, it's a chicken coop, right?
Yeah.
So that's where we're inside, where they make the food over there to my right. And the bar is right behind us.
Of course it is.
Yes.
I mean, they know, one, don't put us outside because I would bitch because I don't like to be cold. And two, put us near a bar and a bathroom for you.
Yes.
It works.
Uh-huh.
All the bases are covered here, and the ribs were fantastic.
And the wings, too.
And the wings.
And the French fries.
But the ribs here, I got to admit, man, I was surprised. They were damn good ribs.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Come hang out with us.
Yes.
Come hang out with us. Lots to get into today. Let's start with the Cowboys as they get ready to take on Tampa Bay. Mike McCarthy, a lot to talk about as they get ready for a game against the Bucs that, for the Cowboys, if they don't win, officially eliminated. We'll get into that coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, Christmas is next week. You know, that means your great holiday dinner. If you haven't gone to Tri-County Meat Market yet, make sure you get in there and get the tenderloin, get the prime rib, whatever it is you're looking for. If you're still looking for some last-minute gift ideas, they've got some incredible gift boxes that are prepackaged meat, some dry, some with steaks and all of the different kind of varieties. Makes it very easy to do your holiday shopping. And of course, you look at this weekend, you know, whether it's for the holidays or it's just a day that ends in Y and you're going to fire up that smoker, get into Tri-County Meat Market. You want a great steak this weekend, they've got everything you need. You want to do a porterhouse, which is my favorite cut, a ribeye, a tomahawk, they've got them for you. If you want to do fajitas, beef ribs, I'm talking about ribs a lot, get their St. Louis style, their baby backs. Tri-County has everything you need with the quality you expect. You could always take advantage of their Pick 5 special, and Tri-County always offers a 10% discount for military and first responders, but especially for that holiday meal. If you're trying to do something big like a prime rib or a tenderloin, get into Tri-County Meat Market. Either of their great locations on Ralph Fair Road, on Huebner. You can call either store as well to get those orders in or online at tricountymeat.com.
South Texas College Football Headquarters is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
And the most wonderful time of the year for fans. Bowl season is no exception. The biggest and best matchups this bowl season are brought to you by Ewald Kubota, the Break Room Bar, and Smoky Mo's Barbecue. Hear them all on South Texas' first and only FM sports station, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we pay tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks. The unrivaled, the unbeatable, the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. It's crunch time. Find your rind at H-E-B.
Still scrambling for that perfect holiday gift? We've got you. Find the hottest must-haves at Ulta Beauty. Treat your loved ones to beauty faves from Sol de Janeiro and Tarte. Need something small? Little gifts that bring big joy from Clinique and Benefit, plus fragrance rollerballs make the perfect stocking stuffers. Or gift them exactly what they want with a gift card. Get all the best gifts, all at Ulta Beauty. Don't wait. Head in store today.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's, and that means limited time savings on the paint pros need. Right now, save $15 on 5-gallon pails of HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams All-Purpose Power Primer. Plus, get it delivered to your job site with free same-day delivery when you order by 2 p.m. Visit us in-store or online today, because Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 12/20. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Rock's Discount Vitamins wants to wish you and yours a very happy holidays and a healthy new year. Right now through Christmas, receive a free $10 gift card for yourself with a $50 Rock's card purchase or a free $20 gift card with a $100 Rock's card purchase. Losing weight, building muscle, or just getting healthy, let Rock's get you ready for the new year. With 12 area locations, find one nearest you at rocksdiscount.com. Rock's thanks God and you for all the support.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94-1, San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20. The Cowboys take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home.
Let's dominate today. I like this kind of party.
Pregame starts at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is all cooking. You asked for it, you got it. How about them Cowboys?
94-1, San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94-1, San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. On Twitter, Instagram, at Joe Reinagle 210. I'm at Jason Minix, the station at SA Sports Star. You can also watch us on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and put in San Antonio Sports Star. You'll find us there. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you're watching on YouTube, our ugly sweaters have arrived.
How about that? They don't look all that ugly, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, it's Flight by Yingling, or
exactly.
In this case, Yingling. But I think it falls in line with the ugly sweater, although this isn't bad. I mean, you could just wear this.
I think it's kind of cool.
This is kind of cool.
I could tool around in this.
You could do
Look
what?
at that. I could tool around in this. You see that? If you're watching on YouTube, you can see what we're talking about.
I'm down
nice
with that.
sweater.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Very cool.
Stay weird and shine on is what it says here on the tag.
Stay weird and shine on.
Yes. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
How about that? We're going to have to put those on.
Yes. And we need to get one for Gregory.
Yes, of course. Because he's standing here by every time they open that door, it gets a little cool.
Oh, that's right.
He's going to be fighting and begging for one before long.
Yesterday, he was begging for a dog to come say hi, and very few would.
They were scared.
Today, he's hoping for the same thing, although it's a very different variety, and I'm sure the reaction is going to be identical.
Exactly the same. Yes.
Yeah, walk by and people will get skittish.
Yes.
Not really sure what that is.
Uh-huh.
But that is a human. Although the way he's eating that chicken wing, I'm not so sure anymore. Keep in mind, this is also a guy that eats the tails on fried shrimp.
Unbelievable. Is he gnawing the bone of the chicken wing?
Well, I mean, he's eating the little knuckle part at the end.
Yeah. Wow.
Look at that chicken.
Look at that. That
good Lord.
That was a rib bone. That's like you cleaned it with acid or something.
I mean, honestly, I think a dog generally will do that, but after about 25 minutes, not. Man.
Wow. All right. Well, apparently Greg Shelton enjoyed the rib as well.
I'm saying is, if any of the ladies are listening right now, I think we just learned some talents about Greg Shelton that we didn't need to know.
Well,
the only problem with that is I don't know what, like on a dating app, do you put that on there or not?
Just turn off the lights.
Well, obviously.
Just make sure it's dark.
I'm just saying. Cowboys and Buccaneers on Sunday night. A game you can listen to here on 94.1, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota. And, the Cowboys have been playing good football.
They have.
Baker Mayfield a little banged up, but is expected to play, although not practicing a lot this week. And this time of year, that is certainly not unusual. But Tampa Bay is one of those teams where it's either clicking or it's not. I don't know if Tampa Bay can have a pedestrian type of game and be good enough to win. If they're not firing on all cylinders,
there is a good chance the Cowboys can beat this Tampa Bay team.
Well, the one thing that I'm anxious to see about this football game is that the Bucs have a pretty good run defense. So I want to see if the Cowboys can continue running the football well. They've been doing that over the last few games, but this is a much better defense than what they've had to face over the last few games. So that will be interesting. Is Rico Dowdle the real deal? Is that running game back? I think all of that will come out Sunday night.
Well, and you look at an impressive win last outing for the Buccaneers and blowing out the Chargers 40-17. But they beat the Raiders 28-13. They beat Carolina 26-3. They beat the Giants 30-7. They lost to San Francisco 23-20. And that's the thing. They had a 4-game losing streak where they lost to Baltimore, Atlanta, Kansas City, and San Francisco. So a lot like the Dallas Cowboys, I don't know how good they are because they've lost to the good teams and they've beaten the bad teams. And that's exactly what the Dallas Cowboys have done.
Yeah, so this could be a very entertaining football game. I'm sure Baker Mayfield is excited to come back to Texas, excited to come back to Dallas, where he he
won a state championship up there, being from Austin.
Well, he did, and an Oklahoma guy.
Yeah,
he doesn't like Texas very much.
He's had some big moments in Dallas, different stadium.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. It really is going to be interesting. But that's what I want to watch. That Tampa Bay defense is better than what the Cowboys have been up against over the last 3 or 4 ball games.
Well, and Mike McCarthy talked about game planning and calling plays against that Tampa Bay defense.
Biggest thing, when you look at them on defense, their front seven is really good, and it's it's a group that's played a lot of football together too. So, and they got a lot of scheme. I mean, just a lot of scheme. The pressure packages are, multiple, not only multiple pressure packages, but also multiple fronts, in personnel groups. So this is a big challenge. It's a team you definitely prefer to play as a division opponent, but when you play these teams, once a year or once every couple of years, it just makes your week, the week of preparation, a little more challenging.
Now, the last time the Cowboys played Tampa Bay, they ended Tom Brady's career.
Yes,
if you'll recall, in a playoff game on a not so very good Tampa team up in Tampa, but it was a rare playoff win for the Cowboys. So that's been the last time. What was that? 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
Yeah, I guess it was.
Yeah.
But again, that team is so completely different. And, for the Cowboys, can they stay consistent in the run game?
Yep.
And hopefully Mike McCarthy has learned, even if they're down a couple of scores early, they don't have to abandon the run because they've run the ball well. Rico has run the ball well, but I'm with you. I want to see Rico run the ball against a good defense. At the same time, the Cowboys defense, they've been getting a lot of takeaways, and when you're getting takeaways, that changes a lot of different things. I mean, and give them a lot of credit for getting all the takeaways, whether it be fumble recoveries that they're forcing and getting on the ball or the interceptions. But, do you credit Mike Zimmer for that? We heard Jerry Jones the other day talk about high grades for Zim. Mike McCarthy talked about just Zim's ability to connect with all his players.
It's so important, and Mike knows that more than anybody. He's been a head coach. He's been a coordinator. He's coached, the secondary for a long time. He's done this for an incredible long time. So, yeah, I think, sometimes, things take, time, not only in building them, but maybe even just talking about them. So, that's a big part of what we need to do as coaches. And Mike's done a really nice job.
Interesting. And I'll take a couple of things out of that. If Jerry says he's got high grades, and if McCarthy comes back and he's speaking highly of a Mike Zimmer like that, would he bring him back as a defensive coordinator? So a lot of things you can read into that, or it could just be Mike McCarthy just saying nice things because he don't want to say bad things. There's a lot of things you could take out of that.
Well, there is. And again, I mean, that defense has to play well against a good offense.
Mike Evans could be a problem for that secondary.
Well, my fantasy team kind of hopes so. But you're right. And, that's it. Tampa Bay can run the ball, and certainly they can throw the ball. And Mike McCarthy just talked about the balance that Tampa Bay runs offensively.
I think the biggest thing that categorizing your offense, they got excellent balance. I mean, their numbers reflect that, but you can see, like anything, it starts up front. Their ability to run the ball, both backs are excellent. I think Baker's playing some of the best football of his career. Mike Evans still playing at a very high level. So they can, hold the ball 7, 8, 9, 10 plays, and they also can make the big plays. So they do a lot of things schematically, a lot of screens. I think teams that really do a good job mixing it up on first and second down definitely helps them on third down. So I'm impressed with them on offense.
And, and they have been impressive offensively. And, again, a lot of pressure on the Cowboys defense. If the offense can help the defense out and have some long, sustained drives, that would be good. But, we've talked about it the last couple of weeks, and I know we did earlier this week with Shereen Williams and yesterday with R.J. Ochoa. Give a CeeDee Lamb a ton of credit for playing through injury and just being there in this kind of lost season. Same can be said for Micah Parsons. You want to know his value? Look at that defense when he missed those games, and look at how much better they are now that he's back. And Micah Parsons talking today to the media, Clarence Hill just tweeted this out. Micah Parsons said he does not need to be the highest paid defensive player, doesn't need to get $40 million, does plan to be in OTAs, wants to work with Cowboys to get deal done early, does not plan to hold out.
No, interesting comments, and that's the second time that Mike has said that about not having to be the highest paid player. And Stephen Jones scheduled to join us later. I wonder what he thinks of those comments, or if he will have any commentary on what Micah Parsons said at all. But look, if you're Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones, you got to be thinking, all right, well, let's offer him and see if he's really real here and put money where his mouth is.
Well, let's kind of dive into what Micah Parsons said 2 weeks ago on the pregame show for the Monday night game against Cincinnati, when he sat down with Todd Archer and said he doesn't really know the difference between 30 and 40 million, and there's not a big difference between 30 and 40 million. Now, his agent is David Mulugheta, and David Mulugheta has negotiated some of the biggest deals in the NFL, including that fully guaranteed deal that Deshaun Watson got from the Cleveland Browns. I'm sure Mulugheta was not happy when he said that, but the fact that he has circled back and said it again is a little surprising. Now, easy to say in December in the middle of the season, different in the offseason when you're looking at money, because there is a big difference between $30 and $40 million. And the Players Association will probably tell him, dude, you got to get as much money as you can. That's part of the reason why you see all these big contracts, and, a lot of players say it, but the union says it. You never take less. You always try to get more. So I'd be surprised if it's 40, what's the highest paid player? Get $1 more than that guy, a couple $100,000, whatever it might be, and it could be guarantees. At some point, Micah is going to want to be tops in something, and his agent is going to want that. It's true, though.
No, it is.
I know it sounds knuckleheadish, but it is true. Agents want it. They like to tweet it. It's like all that, but like Dat Wynn used to say, and Dat Wynn taught me a lot about all this. Agents, Players Association, they all want that. Say you're the tops at something if you're at that level, but that's why you always look at what is the guaranteed money. So-and-so signed for $98 million, 31 guaranteed. Well, guess what? They're getting $31 million, but it looks good on a social media post, and the union looks good. But for him to say this again, remembering David Mulugheta, in this case, works for Micah Parsons. If Micah Parsons wants to get a deal done early and take less, Mulugheta needs to make that happen. But Mulugheta's job is to convince Micah Parsons not to take that lesser deal. And that's kind of what Stephen Jones told us last week when we asked about it. And he said these things aren't as easy to get done as you guys on the radio make it sound.
Well, here's the problem, though, for Micah Parsons is the fact that he's gone public twice now saying this. And so if they go into the negotiating room and all of a sudden Mulugheta asks for $40 million a year, if you're Jerry or Stephen Jones, you're going, well, wait a second. Micah's been out talking all kinds of places. I know Mulugheta can come back and say, well, he's just talking. But what is it, $35 million? Justin Jefferson right now is the highest paid non-quarterback, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in the NFL. So you're looking at, what, $36 million a year? If you're Micah Parsons, that would make you the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL at this point in time. So, now, look, Micah wants to win.
He does.
And he knows damn good and well. And I get that whole thing. Everything you said is absolutely correct. But Micah can look at the Dallas Cowboys right now and know that they are strapped. They've got the highest paid player in the NFL. They've got a high paid wide receiver. And then he's going to be highly paid as well. You need other players besides those three guys to win championships.
Now, here's I'll go. John McClain from The Athletic, who will join us on the Blitz tomorrow. He has a similar tweet, said, quoting Micah Parsons, quote, "It would be nice to be surrounded by good players. Players are going to help you win championships. I want to keep as many games as possible. I want to work with them as much as possible. I don't need $40 million per year. I need to be somewhere where I can have a lake house." Now, I mean, he also said he would like a new contract before the start of training camp. Now, here's if I'm Micah Parsons and I'm willing to take less, right? And think about the idea of, all right, you're sitting down with Jerry and Steven and Will McClay, and your market right now is probably going to be around 35 to 40, but let's say 40 just because it's easy math. But I'm willing to take 35. I'm willing to take 32. How are you spending, Jerry, that $8 million I'm leaving on the table? How are you spending that? Because I'll take less if I know where it's going. I'm not just going to take less and have Steven say, well, we're strapped for cash up against this and we got that. If I'm leaving that money on the table, I need to know where it's going to be. Kind of like some of these deals, and I don't know the inner workings, and none of us really do that aren't in a front office, but, let's tap Zach Martin on the shoulder. Hey, we're trying to get this deal done. Can we redo your deal here? And this is what we're going to do. You're still getting the same money. We're just changing how you get paid so we can free up money to go get this deal done. But to do that on the front end of a 5-year deal, when you're talking about $5-8 million per year over a 4 or 5 year contract, that is a boatload of money. And unless I know how Jerry's going to use it, give it all to me. You know what I mean? I appreciate what he's saying, and it sounds great in theory. I just don't know realistically if his agent or the Joneses are willing to do that, because then how pissed off is he if he takes less? And then the Cowboys, man, I would have gone Derrick Henry, but we couldn't afford him. Well, dude, I left you that money on the table to go get that guy.
Yep. No, that makes perfect sense.
You see what I mean?
Sure.
I just, it sounds good in theory. And it quite frankly sounds like something that a sports talk show host / podcaster / caller would say, but that just doesn't seem like the real world workings of the NFL.
Well, what it tells me, though, is that Micah is at least plugged in.
Yes.
And to ask those questions of the Jones family is perfectly legit, and I think you would need to know that before you and take a team-friendly contract. And I agree with all of that. But at least Micah knows the business of the NFL. He knows what that football team has right now, and it ain't enough.
Yep.
It's not enough. And you got a bunch of young players that you are just hoping will develop into something. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But Micah is smart enough to see that the Cowboys need help in a lot of different areas. And if he can help make that happen, I think he's willing to do that. But I agree with you that, look, I've got to have some assurances from the Jones family that if I do take less, you're going to go out and you're going to spend that money and you're going to improve this football team. And we're not just going to draft and develop and hope that these guys come through and are miraculously good players day one, because they're not going to be. I mean, they're not. Most of the time, 99% of the time, rookies that come in, they take time to develop. It's just the way that it is. So
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, live at Chicken and Pickle off of UTSA Boulevard with our friends from Flight by Yingling. Come hang out with us here on a Thursday. It's a beautiful day to come have a cold beer and If you want, play some pickleball, just hang out, watch sports. And I highly recommend the ribs here at Chicken and Pickle.
No doubt. I highly recommend Stevens Roofing. Love talking about Stevens Roofing. I've been doing it for a long time now. And, well, they're a great company, family-owned company, local company. And you know as well as I do, your roof's a pretty important part of your house, right? So you want to make sure that you have a reliable roofer when you need a reliable roofer. Stevens Roofing is that reliable roofer. Whatever kind of project you have, if you own an office building that needs a new roof, Stevens Roofing can help you out there. You've been thinking about a metal roof on your house. Well, Stevens Roofing can do that as well. They're licensed by the city of San Antonio, and estimates are always free. All you have to do is give them a call, 210-785-0994. Stevens is also in the solar business. If you've been thinking about going solar, or you want to find out a little more about it, call Stevens Roofing. Solar panels have become increasingly affordable. They can save you money on your monthly utility bills. They'll often increase the value of your home, and this is important. There are even options to keep the lights on when the grid goes down. There is a 50-50 chance of that happening, we are told by reports, either later in January and February, once we get the cold weather that everybody's expecting. Take care of it now. You won't even have to worry about it. Stevens has a team of certified experts who will deliver solar solutions that are tailored to your specific needs. So for roofing or for solar, call the local company that's been trusted for decades. Call Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994. Stevens Roofing has your family covered. Give them a call, 210-785-0994.
The Morning Huddle.
You do like the vest? I'm a big keep your core warm. I don't believe in vests. I don't think they work. Finest invention short of sleeves I've ever had. I don't understand the vest. It is a nonsensical. It is not. It invention. Is. Once you go vest, you won't go back. I'll never go vest. There's a reason why all the cool kids have them. I'll never go vest. See, there you go.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities. So it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
America's Diamond has never sold lab-grown diamonds, and we warned our clients, friends, and neighbors that wholesale prices would crash to almost nothing. 2-carat GVS2 lab-grown diamonds are currently being traded at wholesale for $264, but some jewelers are still selling them online for $3,000 to $4,000. Repeat, wholesale $264, retail $3,000 to $4,000. Some retailers are selling 1-carat lab-grown diamonds for under $300, and others are giving them away for free with purchase. Lab-grown diamonds are very easy to detect with gemological equipment. Tens of millions of carrots are produced in huge factories in China and India, using a tremendous amount of subsidized electricity supplied by coal-burning power plants. America's Diamond has only offered traditional, real, natural earth-grown diamonds that are rare, extremely beautiful, and have had real value for centuries. See our television program tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or right now at americasdiamond.com.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
This holiday season, visit Boot Barn for top quality gifts that pay tribute to the lasting heritage of the West. From handcrafted cowboy boots and American-made felt hats to leather jackets, our in-store experts will help guide you as you shop, assisting with boot fitting and providing complimentary hat shaping. This holiday, share a piece of the American spirit. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
Saluting Vets is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Private William Walters died in France during World War II, a few months before his daughter was born. She finally made the trip to the French village that honored her father.
He showed me where they laid him.
He was here.
And they covered him with flowers. It's just amazing, the care that they gave him.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Boom, 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 boom. There you go, Joe. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Ugly Sweater Day here at Chicken and Pickle. Our ugly sweaters, courtesy of Yingling.
Yingling.
That we're now wearing.
Look
if
at that.
If you want to see our ugly sweaters, go to the YouTube page at San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, and you can see our ugly sweaters. We'll post them on our social channels as well coming up. And if you want to win an ugly sweater from Yingling, we've got some right here. You can come by and register to win them. We got some other Flight by Yingling winter gear. You need gloves, scarves, beanie hats. We've got those. And more importantly, a solo stove, fire pit that we're giving away around 6 o'clock. Must be present to win, but get on out here to Chicken and Pickle. And I know these people, they're in the giving spirit. If you're thirsty, they're going to hand you a cold drink. So come see us here at Chicken and Pickle. And I want to appreciate the great people here with Flight by Yingling, because I know I'm going to be in trouble with my wife. And I know I'm going to be in trouble with my wife because you and I are wearing matching ugly Christmas sweaters, which is something I refuse to do with my wife. Yet here we are wearing ugly sweaters.
I just got offered donuts. And I gave them to Shelton because it says the Grinch on there.
Well, of course it does.
So that was nice of those people. They just left. And
well, they saw you in the sweater and felt that you were probably a little desperate.
Well, or they thought that, it was a day out.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what it is.
Yes.
Good stuff here. Thursday night, man, come hang out with us. There's a great football game tonight, and a game you can listen to here on 94.1, brought to you by Flight by Yingling. You look at this Chargers matchup tonight, and it's going to be an interesting game with the Chargers and Broncos. Listen to it here on 94.1, but also it's always the great reminder to get your picks in for the Pro Football Pick'em Challenge at sasportstar.com, because you got that Thursday night game. So weekly winners get that gift card to the Mellow Mushroom. At the end of the year, the local grand prize winner gets $1,000 worth of tickets from Awesome Tickets.
That's right. But even if you're not in the running for that, which I am not, you can still win the prize every week, right? Mellow Mushroom.
Yep.
So get on in there and win this week and get you some pizza.
There you go. Lots of interesting NFL stories. And I think it's the drama in Dallas is one thing. Boy, that article in The Athletic today about Woody Johnson and the Johnson family and the New York Jets.
that is crazy. And it's true. That's the weird part about it. Jerry Jeudy, the Jets had a chance to sign this guy, and as you know, he's having a hell of a year with Cleveland. Didn't sign him because his kids play Madden.
Yep.
And his Madden rating wasn't very good. So they decided not to sign him.
I mean, it's funny and laughable, and you realize these people are running $1 billion corporation and basically taking a legit NFL team. I'll use legit in the Jets in quotation marks.
Yes, please.
And they're running it like they are their fantasy team. All the research, all the scouting, and you're going to go with the Madden rating?
Madden ratings. And not only that, your kids are telling you what to do when it comes to who you're going to sign for your football team. Not your general manager, no one else, your kids, because his Madden rating is not very good.
And again, it goes further. You know, after they fired Robert Saleh, they finally get a win. So the interim coach, typically you get the game ball when you get your first win in the NFL. Quarterback generally presents that. Aaron Rodgers all ready to give to him. The kid comes in and gives a game ball to Garrett Wilson. And then somebody else took the ball from Aaron Rodgers and gave it to the coach and, just killed all the joy in the room just because it isn't there. And there was a weird Mike White story as well.
Yeah, well, apparently Mike White, this was back in 22, had a bad game. And he came in and threw his helmet down in the locker room, and Woody Johnson was heard, and he's admitted to saying this. You ought to be throwing it down. You effing suck.
Yeah.
And, I mean, now apparently Johnson has since apologized to Mike White. But, I mean, boy, this makes Jerry Jones look like owner of the year. Are you kidding me?
Well, I mean, look, we think it's drama and dysfunction in Dallas, and the Jets are saying, hold my beer.
Yes.
But what's even more crazy, stunning, you got to be kidding me. The Jets actually confirmed that this did, in fact, happen.
Yes.
The fact that they would admit that this happened, that surprises me more. I mean, I would expect either get out of here, can neither confirm or deny, have no idea. Where they're not necessarily lying, but not confirming. But for them to say, yeah, that did happen. We work for, I mean, dude, seriously.
So tell me, Mike Vrabel, Bill Belichick, I don't know, Ben Johnson, anybody out there that wants a job, who in the hell would want to go to work for the New York Jets?
The reality is, if you said the same thing about Jerry Jones, and you look at what we talked about last week with Ron Rivera, you look at Ron Rivera told us on this show last week, you can go find it in the audio vault at sasportstar.com, powered by AA Best Bail Bonds. You look at the owner and the quarterback, but also Ron Rivera said there's 32 of these jobs. There's only a couple of openings every year, and you can't be picky. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
You can't be picky. Now, a guy like Bill Belichick, the Jets didn't want him. I wonder why. He's at North Carolina. But even a guy like Bill Belichick, who apparently called the Jets, at least put feelers out. He knew that they weren't interested in him, but even a guy like Belichick would have taken that job.
Wow. Boy, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, but I look at that job, and if it's not, it's going to have to be an assistant getting his first job. I can't see a guy like Mike Vrabel taking the Jets job. I just that would shock me to no end if Mike Vrabel took that job when he's going to have his pick of pretty much what he wants. I think hottest name in the coaching ranks at this point in time. So that would shock me. But this guy. Boy, I tell you what, now I love Jerry Jones. I do. I know he does some weird things, but I love the guy. I think he's great. He's great to the media, and he's great to us. So I'd take the job in Dallas in a heartbeat over the New York Jets.
The crazy thing is, with the Johnsons, a little bit more famous than some other owners, but we really don't know a lot about those guys, right? And we know a lot about the Joneses because they're so front and center. But how many other family-run organizations and their kids have that kind of access? And you realize, that, that little rich kid's coming in the locker room. You might want to beat his ass, but in reality, it's the owner's kid or grandkid. So you deal with it, whether you're a coach or you're a player. You all understand that is the billionaire's owner's, offspring, right? So you wonder how much this happens. Now, with the Cowboys, we know it's there because they're so front and center. In fact, that Netflix documentary that Jerry has been shooting, they released the trailer for that today, and it already looks like it's going to be a must-watch.
This is our story.
And if you ask anybody where I live,
It's bigger than winning football games.
Dallas Cowboys, they became America's team.
nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Let's go!
Do they have an idea what they're doing?
What did you prove?
Yes.
Keep them talking.
I'm all the way up.
It's a soap opera. 365 days a year.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Soap opera, 365 days a year. Keep them talking. It's what Jerry's been doing since he bought the team in 1989.
And it's been ratcheted up ever since. I mean, this guy is that way. And what other owner has a radio show twice a week? His son goes on the radio as well with us and others. Mike McCarthy's on the radio with us and others once a week. I mean, that's unheard of in professional sports, but the Dallas Cowboys do it, and there's a reason, because Jerry wants that out there. And I can't wait to watch that Netflix special. I think it's going to be fantastic.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what Jerry Jones does. And I don't know, maybe the Johnsons should, do the same. I mean, because, look, all our wives, like the Real Housewives of whatever. We get the football version with the Cowboys and the Johnsons and the Joneses and keeping up with and all of that, because that's almost what it is. But for Jerry to talk about it being a soap opera, 365, I don't know. When Stephen Jones comes on with us, I think that might. How do you live in the soap opera 365, or do you even feel like it? Just because every day is another day that ends in Y, and there's always going to be something.
Always going to be something, and we're always talking about the Cowboys, not just us, but every sports show that you watch, they will always have a segment on the Dallas Cowboys. That's how Jerry wants it, because there is always drama, and it is a soap opera 24/7. And I think it's fantastic for the league. Obviously, there's a reason the Cowboys are the richest franchise in professional sports, because they're out there. And Jerry does things, and people pay attention, and that's just the way that it is. It'd be nice if they won a Super Bowl every now and then, or at least got there, or close to one. Any of the above would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be.
It would.
I mean, and look, you get the stuff that you feel like these people don't live in real life, and then you get the story about Michael Penix, the new starting quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons. You know how he found out he was the starter? Social media while he was at Costco.
Getting a hot dog.
Dude, well, he never actually got the hot dog.
No.
He was getting his grocery shopping, planning on that $1.50 dog. One of the reporters, you don't want a big steak, dude. Have you had those $1.50 dogs at Costco?
They are fantastic.
I'm a rookie. But he's grocery shopping at Costco, and he said he kind of lost his appetite with nerves and excitement all at the same time, but, finished his grocery shopping, skipped lunch, and, headed to go watch more film.
Well, look, good for Michael Penix, and I think I'm excited to watch him and see what he does. Atlanta's right there still. They're a game behind Tampa Bay. They've got an opportunity to get into the playoffs, and they think that Michael Penix gives them a best shot of getting that done other than Kirk Cousins. So it'll be interesting to watch him play.
How bad are the New York Giants? The Atlanta Falcons, with a guy getting his first NFL start, are 8.5-point favorites. Atlanta this week, 8.5-point favorites over the Giants, with Michael Penix getting his first start.
Well, I think the Giants have been told, if you win another game, you're all fired and you'll all get fined. You don't win another game. We need to stay right where we're at. We need a quarterback, and there's a couple of them out there that we need to draft very, very highly.
Crazy, isn't it?
It's nuts. It is absolutely nuts.
It is crazy. Patrick Mahomes, full participant in practice today, looking like he is going to be good to go for Saturday's game against the Houston Texans. And Mahomes doing Mahomes things for his teammates, playing Santa Claus with all the gifts that he got his teammates, specifically the offensive linemen. Rich people doing rich people things.
That's really all you need to buy for, isn't it? I mean, if you're a quarterback, the hell with anybody else. It's those big fat guys you got to take care of because they're taking care of you. Or at least you hope they are most of the time.
Have you seen them play this year? That dude's been getting sacked left and right, yet they were all gifted one of those big old Yeti coolers on wheels that had all kinds of things in them, like Rolexes, Oakley sunglasses, Lucchese boots, Normatic recovery leg sleeves, and some got whoop bands, whatever that is.
Whoop.
I don't know. Now, doesn't the dude do commercials for all of those people? So do you think he really came out of pocket for that? Or, hey, let's fill up these gift bags posted on social media?
Well, I don't know if he does Yeti. I've never seen that. I mean, he could probably get him some nice car insurance for free.
I mean, it's true, but I mean, either way, I mean, guy makes a lot of money, and it is the season, but pretty damn cool.
That's what you got to do. I think every quarterback that has made money and gotten a contract better be doing that for their offensive line. I mean, I think it's kind of expected.
Well, it is, and the fancy gifts are. Although this year you get, now granted, nobody's going to sneeze at a Rolex, right? And the Yeti cooler. Last year, every offensive lineman got a customized golf cart.
Nice.
This year they get a cooler.
Well, Yeti cooler.
I mean, still though, I mean, you go from a customized golf cart to everybody gets the same cooler. A little bit different.
Well, but I wonder if some of those guys said, look, that golf cart, I really don't know what to do with it.
Well, I mean, you go down to the Golf Club of Texas and you drive around. You do something. I mean, they all live on property. They could all use a golf cart.
I guess driving around the neighborhood, I suppose, or putting their clubs on the back of that thing and heading down to the Golf Club of Texas would be a perfect thing to do. In fact, the weather's going to be nice this weekend. It's going to be a little cool, but it's going to be nice. The sun's going to be out. So you need to head out to the Golf Club of Texas, play some golf. That's the beauty of living where we live. It is the middle of December, almost Christmas, and we can still go out and play golf. And you can certainly do that at the Golf Club of Texas and have a great time doing so. They have improved that golf course tremendously. Brand new golf cart paths out there. They've resided everywhere. It looks like a country club, not a country club though. Open to the public 7 days a week, and well, some of the best course conditions in town with the friendliest staff. There's no doubt about that. Best way to get the best rates is to go online, golfclubtexas.com, golfclubtexas.com. Go there, check it out, make your tee time, and then stick around and watch some football. In fact, you can head out there tonight to watch this big game between the Chargers and the Broncos. This is a huge game for playoff seeding, and be a great place to go. You can go out there, you can have some dinner, you can go out there and have a bunch of drinks and have a good time with all your buddies or your family or whatever it is you want to do. It's the Golf Club of Texas. It is a great place to go. Let me give you one more tip. If you've got some last-minute Christmas shopping to do, the Golf Club of Texas is a great place to go do that. You go in that pro shop, the amount of clothes, clubs, shoes, socks, everything that they have in there is incredible, and it is all high-quality, great-looking stuff. Golf Club of Texas, it's just a great place to do just about anything, and you know exactly where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether you're going out there for dinner at the Tin Cup or around with your buddies, your next tournament, go check them out. Again, best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
You're locked on the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Friday night, December 27th at 9:30. The Aggies head to Cincy to take on the USC Trojans in the Las Vegas Bowl. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 8:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now, sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first. On your timeline, no waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first, sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Jelly Roll's wife, Bonnie, she's in the news after announcing her 1-year anniversary of her retirement from sex work. Did y'all know this?
No. Is the inspiration story for homeless singers or for hookers?
Both.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's any secret in showbiz that homeless singers and hookers are quite fond of one another.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Woohoo! Another girls' night out. I'm so stressed from shopping. I couldn't find anything. Have you tried shopping jewelry television? JTV? I don't know. Everyone in my family is so different. JTV has thousands of jewelry styles, artisan diamonds, pearls, colored gemstones, watches, even gift sets. I shop on TV and online.
New JTV customers save up to $50 when you shop jtv.com/radio.
Now, can you relax?
Yes. Another round?
Yes.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare and you want out, you need to get the facts. Wesley Financial Group and its founder, Chuck McDowell, have helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshares permanently, and he may be able to help you too. Call right now. Chuck will send you a timeshare exit information guide free, explaining how your timeshare works and all your options for cancellation. You want to call Wesley Financial Group, 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. Once again, 800-761-0000.
Listen to this message I received.
First message.
This is Santa Claus. Hey, I'm calling to give you a heads up. Last Christmas, so many people asked me for a Connecticut water softener, but getting all those Connecticut units in and out of the sleigh, up and down the chimneys, well, it's not so good on my back. So I'm going to forward all those Connecticut wish lists directly to you. Here's Mrs. Claus.
Thanks again for installing our Connecticut. I just love how soft my man's beard is, and my skin feels silky smooth, even here at the North Pole.
So if it's okay with you, I'll handle the toys, you handle the water softeners.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit, and $400 off when you trade in your old water softener.
By the way, the elves just love your jingle.
Call 656 Pure Connecticut.
I'm not a fan of the gluten-free cookies. Bye-bye.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656 Pure Connecticut.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys announced today that the club has signed defensive tackle Justin Rogers off the Bengals practice squad. Rogers was selected by the Cowboys in the 7th round of this year's draft. He was waived, though, as a part of the team's roster cuts in August. Well, Thursday Night Football tonight, Denver Broncos in Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. Big game for playoff seeding for both of those teams. You can hear it right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, 630.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions.
Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, wearing ugly sweaters live at the Chicken and Pickle.
And you, too, can have one of these ugly sweaters if you would like. You just come out and see us here at Chicken and Pickle. You can also register to win a, what do you call that, a solo stove?
Yeah, it's a fire pit, the solo stove, the greatest new fire pits. In fact, Snoop Dogg's doing those commercials, and he said, he's always lit. He's just there to try to sell these things. And he does, but yours can be free. Just come out and see us here at Chicken and Pickle.
That is a cool-looking deal there, and it'd be good on a cold night. Fire that thing up and have a good time. Pop you a few Flight by Yinglings and drink by the fire.
I have a solo stove little fire pit that's really the size of a koozie. This one is not. This one is the one that I thought I was going to get from Jerry Jones, but it's awesome and apparently branded Flight by Yingling. So
nice.
It'll be a very unique one for you to win.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah. And again, sweaters just like Jason and I are wearing. You can be just like us if you'd like to be. And who wouldn't? So come on out and get your own ugly sweater out here and have a beer on Flight. Have a beer on Flight by Yingling. They're going to give you a freebie. Ice cold. Have a good time. Start your weekend early.
Absolutely. Or your vacation. For some people, it's your Friday.
Some people, it is.
For some people, this is Friday.
Absolutely, it is.
I'm that people.
Got to enjoy some time off for the Christmas season, and so
yeah. My kiddo comes in tomorrow, and then I'm off all next week. So
nice.
Yes, today is a beer drinking kind of day for sure.
Absolutely, and I'm sure we'll be doing some of that once the show is over. So come on out, have a cold beer, get a head start on us. We'll catch up with you.
Yes. Yeah.
We will do that.
Yeah, we definitely will try hard. Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Merry Christmas.
We're in trouble now. Oh, my God. The party has just arrived here with Desiree Cloza. The far better half of Coach Danny Cloza has arrived here. I hope they've ordered more beer because they might need it now that the Clozas have arrived. Yeah. Oh, that's one for now. Yeah, for now. For now. For now. I said that. Yeah.
Better half. It's not even close. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, the far better half. the far better half. If she's here with a group of ladies, it's going to get wild.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, they've got a table over there.
We're screwed.
It could get crazy.
We're screwed.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
So J.J. Watt says a fan in Detroit offered him $99 million to sign with the Lions for their stretch run.
Now, I made it clear the Lions didn't make that offer, but a fan did. And I don't know if you're J.J. Watt, I don't know what kind of shape he's in. He looks like he's still in pretty good shape and could probably play at least for the rest of the season. But the Lions, they ought to go for that. Now, $99 million's a lot, but
they can't, though. There's rules against that.
Man, I try to sneak him in somehow.
I think he was BSing. Might have been a drunk fan at a bar. Hey, I'll give you $99 million. Go play. Could you imagine, though? I mean, if the NFL all of a sudden said, the hell with the salary cap, we're going to go straight NIL mode and let rich fans be able to help pick your players.
Wouldn't that be cool? You know, I heard somebody, I think we were talking, wouldn't it be cool if, was it Shereen Williams? We were talking about this the other day, and extend the trade period, right? Yep. So teams like Detroit maybe could add a piece or two before the playoffs begin, and some bad teams could get in there and get some draft picks and try to improve their team. So,
and again, a trade deadline. I don't know at what point you have to have some sort of deadline, but it always kind of feels like it's too early. And when you're out, you're a little bit more of a seller. When the actual trade deadline happens, very few teams are actually really, really out of it. Now, you might look and say, all right, the hell with math. I know we don't have a team this year, but Yeah, I'm with Shireen. At least make the trade deadline, post Thanksgiving.
Something, yeah, to give some of these teams, although you can never anticipate what's happened to the Detroit Lions, what's happened to the Dallas Cowboys, what's happened to the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, my goodness, injuries have just devastated those three clubs. The Lions, the only team still going to make the playoffs. But as banged up as they are with that defense, man, that offense is going to have to play super good. And they've been pretty good. But, yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Although it is one of the things, too, though, Jason, is, it's just kind of the luck of the draw.
The NBA announced their changes to the All-Star game the other day. The NFL has now added some things to their Pro Bowl event. They've added a game show, a punting contest to the Pro Bowl skills events. Whoopee.
Well, again, the NBA's doing this, trying to jazz up the All-Star event, and then you've got the Pro Bowl with the NFL. They're trying to find a way. Nobody watches those things. Do you still watch? I mean, you're a sports geek, and I get it. I am too, but I mean, average Joe fan, I'm not sure watches any of that stuff.
I mean, the TV ratings are pretty good, and partly because what else is on. The game show I could see, like when you see like the NFL players on, like Family Feud or, Wheel of Fortune or some of those others. I mean, it could be entertaining, could be. Watching them all try to punt. I mean, unless they're just straight stealing the Pat McAfee idea of the kicking contest at game day, let's see some of these big old linemen try to punt. But no, I mean, I'm not going, they've added a punting contest. I'm tuning in.
Well, what could be interesting is the game show portion of it. A lot of it's going to be football trivia. And so we'll see how much some of these guys know. Maybe they know a lot. Maybe they don't. Especially if you go, how far back you go with some of these young guys.
Well, I mean, let's face it. We were talking about this the other day. Ron Rivera, who was on the show last week, most of today's players don't realize until he tells them he won a Super Bowl with the Bears in 1985.
Right.
Was it Joe Theismann? In the many conversations we had with Joe Theismann on and off the air, our new best friend, Joe Theismann, what he hears more today, it used to be, man, my dad loved watching you. Now it's my granddad loved watching you.
Right. That's sad.
I mean,
goodness,
so when you think about the trivia and the way it goes, that is kind of the way it goes. Like I said, my kiddo's coming in tomorrow on Southwest, but I know a lot of people are heading to the airport this weekend to get wherever they're going for Christmas. And there is a story out that should piss all of us off, yet at the same time, are you surprised? In fact, the other day coming back from D.C., dude from United, and, we were in boarding group 3. They were at boarding group 2. Well, we got 15 spots left for overhead bag. You need to check your bag. You need to check your bag. We're down to 10. It's like that guy just, you're not getting your little bag on, so you might as well check it. Now, at that point, United does not charge. So he wasn't trying to sell more checked bags. But apparently that is what Spirit and Frontier Airlines do, admitting to paying their gate agents $10 a bag for, quote, harassing customers whose bags they claim are too big.
And, I mean, I was shocked when I saw this story. I'll be honest with you. Spirit and Frontier are doing this, and gate agents are making bonuses. So, that's just crazy. So what do? You look at somebody and you see some dude out there pulling a carry-on and say, that's way too big. Or do they have that little thing where you're supposed to stick your suitcase in there and tell you if it's too big or not?
Well,
it's ridiculous.
Between Spirit and Frontier, according to this article, they paid their gate agents $26 million. So how much did they ultimately make? U.S. senators are taking a long overdue look at airline executives for turning what used to be a functional service into a cash grab. In fact, one of the suits admitted that this is exactly what they do and the amount of extra money that they have made. and they are apparently looking at legislation to stop this corporate greed.
No, they should. I hope they do. And not that I want to go to the government for anything, but somebody's got to do it. You got to regulate that kind of stuff because, quite frankly, you don't know that that's going on. So you're flying. You say the guy tells you it's too big. It's too big. You got to check it. It's $20 or whatever it is. And, you're going, well, okay, sucks to be me. But it is what happens. And little do you know, you just gave this dude a $10 bonus.
Well, and again, I mean, all right, dude, congrats, man. You got to, but who knew that there was a committee to this? According to a Washington newspaper, the Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations held a hearing. The Spirit Airlines CEO, the Frontline Airlines Senior Vice President, Delta External Affairs Officer, United Airlines Chief Commercial Officer, and American Airlines Chief Strategy Officer were all there getting questions from this committee on these junk fees. They want to do something about it.
Good. I hope they do.
Well, I don't know. I mean, because it doesn't stop at luggage. Apparently, somebody, and I didn't know this was a thing because we all use our phones now, but at Frontier, at least in this example that they give, guy wanted a paper printout of his boarding ticket, and they charged him $12.99 for that.
That's ridiculous, man. That is ridiculous. It's funny, though, and that's why, Southwest Airlines, you got to appreciate them, and I hope they never change. They are going to reserve seats coming up in February, but it's just United, and we're picking on them because we just flew them. But you want an upgraded seat with more leg room, it's $40, sometimes $100, depending on where you want to go. And it's like, they're nickel and diming you everywhere. Plus, it's $40 a bag to check a suitcase, for goodness sake.
Well, Senator Hawley has proposed the, quote, End Airline Extortion Act, which aims to ban junk fees and practices of charging extra for basic services or incentivizing employees to harass passengers. Now, and it is kind of weird that, I can look at flights and a week later they've gone up. Or I'm flying and, my ticket was $240 and the guy next to me, his ticket might have been $310 for the same seat.
Yes.
What I worry about, though, is if they go to everybody's paying the same fare, they're all going to go up. They're not all going to come down to the lowest one, right? And even like Southwest, our bags are free, but it's built into the price. But I know that going in, at least the first bag is, but in Southwest you get 2 bags. But sometimes you look at a flight and you go, man, it's $100 cheaper on American. Well, after I pay for my bags, it's the exact same price.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's nuts how it works. So, but that does kind of piss me off. I'll be honest with you, because most people don't know that that's happening, and that pisses me off.
Yeah, pissed off. Don't piss off the Rheinegel.
Don't do it.
Don't piss off the Rheinegel. Yeah. In fact, come have a beer with him and me.
Please.
Chicken and Pickle is where we are over at UTSA Boulevard with our friends from Flight by Yingling. In fact, you can win yourself a Yingling ugly sweater like the one Joe and I are wearing now. They've got other winter gear you can win. And 6 o'clock, we're giving away that Solo Stove Fire Pit at 6 o'clock, but you can't win if you don't come hang out and get your name in the bucket here at Chicken and Pickle. Holidays, that big Christmas dinner happening next week. It's that time of year. So if you haven't done it yet, you need to get into Tri-County Meat Market and reserve your tenderloin or your prime rib for that holiday dinner. They've got them. They've been doing pre-orders. You can walk in and get it now because, that is what they do. They are full service, everything you need for that dinner. And also, if you're still looking for last-minute gift ideas, they've got these incredible gift boxes that you could get. And when you look at these gift boxes, they've got cold boxes. They're called cold boxes because there's steaks in there, a variety of levels of steaks. And they've got dry boxes that have like beef jerky and stuff like that, seasonings. Get into Tri-County Meat Market because you can take care of your holiday shopping, and especially like if you've got clients you need to get gifts for. these holiday boxes are incredible for that. And, of course, your prime rib, your tenderloin, whatever you need for your Christmas dinner. Maybe you want to do a nice tomahawk, ribs, beef ribs, pork ribs. Tri-County has what you need with the quality you expect. And you can always take advantage of their Pick 5 special. And they always offer a 10% discount for military and first responders. Go see them out on Ralph Fair Road and, of course, on Huebner, online at tricountymeat.com.
It's showtime. Let's do it. It's fun time. Here we go.
South Texas home of the 12-team college football playoff is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. All of the matchups are brought to you by Ewald Kubota, the Break Room Bar, and Smoky Mo's Barbecue. Hear every game on South Texas' first and only FM sports station. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Carry On is an edge-of-your-seat action thriller that follows a young TSA agent who is blackmailed into an impossible situation at the height of Christmas Eve travel pandemonium. Either let a dangerous package slip through security and risk the lives of many, or save the passengers and risk the life of his pregnant girlfriend. Starring Taron Egerton, Sophia Carson, and Jason Bateman, Carry On is the holiday thrill ride with nail-biting, nonstop action and suspense that you won't want to miss. Now playing only on Netflix.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional detail.
This holiday season, visit Boot Barn for top-quality gifts that pay tribute to the lasting heritage of the West. From handcrafted cowboy boots and American-made felt hats to leather jackets, our in-store experts will help guide you as you shop, assisting with boot fitting and providing complimentary hat shaping. This holiday, share a piece of the American spirit. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
Old Spice Swagger Holiday Pack. Perfect for a gift to treat yourself. 24/7 holiday freshness. With daily use can smell your bestest. I'm gonna be smelling great all season. Old Spice scents just can't be beaten. Chock full of value, saving that green. Got the essentials needed to feel clean. Deodorant, hair, body wash, and spray. Celebrate your holiday the Old Spice way. Ho, 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 ho.
Football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown, and he throws a block, and his teammate scores instead. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
It's here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Live with our friends from Flight by Yingling out at Chicken and Pickle on at UTSA Boulevard. Big NFL game tonight, Chargers and Broncos, a game you can listen to here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, brought to you by Flight by Yingling. You also have some college football tonight. Huge bowl game, first ever bowl game for the Sam Houston State Bearcats. They take on Georgia Southern in the New Orleans Bowl, a game you can listen to over on 1250 ESPN at San Antonio, AM 1250, or bowl coverage brought to you by Smoky Moe's Barbecue, the Break Room Bar in Live Oak, and Ewald Kubota. Go Bearcats.
You're probably going to be watching that instead of the Chargers and the Broncos.
I'm going to be watching both. I'm going to be watching
What's
both.
on the little TV?
Bearcat. Well, you know what? Bearcats, well, it depends on when I get home. Because we are at Chicken and Pickle, and I will have beer afterwards.
Well, and there's plenty of TVs
and there's
here.
plenty of TVs. But going home, I probably will listen to the Bearcats game on AM 1250. It's because they, the first year of bowl eligibility, and of course they make a bowl game, and it's kind of weird for Sam because Casey Keeler, their longtime coach, left Sam Houston to go to the University of Temple, and kind of the same boat that we've been talking about so much when it comes to NIL and revenue share. Just talking to some of those that I know associated with the Sam Houston program, because I was stunned that he left. And in talking to some that have been around that program forever, NIL and funding, and they've done a good job of, not really participating all that much, but he's a winner and he wants to win, and he doesn't know what Sam is going to be able to do on that front. And, now he's from Philly, good retirement job, get back up there, but he's coached in Texas for over a decade.
Well, he's going to have the same issues there, obviously. So it's a going home thing.
It is, but at least the Temple, they're going to have a little bit more than say at Sam. I mean, and again, he took the Sam Houston job from he was at Delaware State where he had Joe Flacco and they won a national championship.
All right.
And then he was at Sam for 12 years or whatever and won a national championship there. Was a big part of getting them to FBS level. And of course, last year, they weren't bowl eligible. This year, and they were bad, but he did it by redshirting and not having any NIL money. This year, they didn't have much, if any, but he was able to keep that roster. And, they won a ton of games this year. They go 9-3, and they make their first ever bowl game.
Well, good for them, and congratulations. I'm just look, I'm worried about college football, and I know I've said this before, but I'm worried about what's going to happen, just because everything is kind of spiraling out of control. Whether it's the Sam Houstons of the world or the UTSAs of the world, I'm concerned about it. I truly am. If nobody ponies up and gets a handle on something that can regulate this thing and put some guardrails. So it sounds like every coach is in the same predicament when it comes to NIL. Everybody needs money, and it's tough to find it.
It is. And with the revenue share, it's found, but how much are the schools willing to give back to the players? It's going to be interesting. And, so there's two football games I'm very interested in tonight. I know the Spurs are playing tonight as well. Again, we've said it forever. The NBA has told us forever. The unofficial start for the NBA is Christmas Day, although the NFL is kind of pooping on that because that used to be the great day where you just had NBA on, but now you're going to have NFL on. But, even Charles Barkley was on Dan Patrick's show talking about how the NBA just really needs to start on at Christmas.
the best ratings we've ever had were the year we went on strike, Dan, and started on Christmas. I think we need to seriously consider starting at Christmas because you get caught. Because listen, you're wasting your time going up against the NFL and college football. They own the weekends now. But if we started at Christmas, we'd have all the count. There's no other sports, that we'd have to compete with if we started at Christmas. College football would be over. Pro football is winding down. We'd have the entire calendar, late December, January, February, March, April, May, June to ourselves. I think it's something we need to really consider, plain and simple.
He's obviously a little bit wrong on his dates. Even starting on Christmas Day, you've got college football that's going to now go all the way through January pretty much, and the NFL playoffs start in January. So in that respect, he's a little bit off. But I agree with him on one thing. When the Spurs won their first championship in that strike-shortened year in 1999, every game mattered. You couldn't just, come out of the gate, well, we lost, 5 in a row, it's no big deal. We got plenty of time to make it up. Every game mattered. And it made that year exciting as hell because just for that, you had to win. You couldn't take any days off, and it made it a lot of fun. I would love to see it. I just don't think it's ever going to happen because you're talking about franchises losing, 20 games or so, and they're not going to let that happen.
82 is too many. I don't know if you'd go 62, but adjusting the calendar, it could still be 82. Run the NBA finals instead. The finals in June, have them in July, and that leads right into training camp. But there is concern, and you heard it from Adam Silver this week at the Cup. You're hearing Barkley talk about ratings are down. What can they do? But the football calendar changed, and football is king. And if the NBA was ever thinking, well, that's not true, look at the TV ratings. We've gone through a stretch where there was football on every night. All those small college games that were playing on a Tuesday and a Wednesday, and of course NFL has 4 days, and now they're taking Christmas, and most consumers are choosing football over basketball. And tonight, for example, Spurs are playing. There's 2 football games. They're going to get the priority over a December Spurs game because it's one of 82, and where football for your individual team, it's 1 game a week. That's what you get. Although this week, say Houston will have a couple, but in theory, it's 1 game a week, and every game is an event. Every Spurs game is not, and every NBA game is not an event.
Because it is one of 82. And you're looking at teams like tonight, for example, even if you're not a fan of the Chargers or the Broncos, that's an important game for both of those teams. It's going to decide playoff seeding, or certainly go a long way in deciding playoff seeding. And the NBA's got this problem now for the next 5 years or so, because next year Christmas is on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so on and so forth. And so they won't have Christmas Day to themselves for a long time. It's a problem, but if you're the NFL, what are you going to do? Your sport is the most popular sport of any of them, and it's not even close at this point in time. So what do? You want to get it out there as much as you possibly can, and the NBA is just going to have to adjust. But I believe I agree with Chuck. If they could find a way to start the season on Christmas Day and every game matters, I think you're going to see a lot more interest.
I don't know that they'll ever shave the schedule down from 82. And even if, 62, 66, whatever that number is. But instead of starting late October, start late December and either have more games inside of a week, although then you worry about player safety and you're going to have that kind of BS. But, push the regular season back a month, get the games in. And you think about July when, there's that month where basically you have baseball where you're, as a sports fan, you lose the TV to your wife, you go on vacation, you don't have to keep up with stuff. I think that would be far beneficial, but that's also why spring football has worked. And because we love football first and we'll watch football, but we need meaningful games in July. And right now, outside of baseball, that's what you have.
Think about it. If you started the season in December and shortened it a little bit, look, you got players sitting out now because of load management. You wouldn't have that nonsense anymore. I mean, right, because you're not playing as many games.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have that nonsense anymore. That solves that problem. Part of that, the load management side of it, is why the ratings are the way they are. People don't want to tune in and not watch, I don't know, Joel Embiid not play, or number 2 not play, or name a superstar that, well, we're taking the day off because, well, it's a back-to-back, or whatever the case may be. I don't want to watch that. And a lot of people are that way. So that solves that problem. Started at Christmas, go to 65 games, 70 games, whatever, shorten the season, and I think you'd see your product rise in the ratings and rise in the interest of fans.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, live out at Chicken and Pickle with our friends from Flight by Yingling. You want to win a Solo Stove fire pit, the big one? We're giving one away at 6 o'clock. Must be present to win. We also have some ugly sweaters and other winter gear to give away. So come hang out with us on this Thursday at a Chicken and Pickle on at UTSA Boulevard here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle. Get ready. Coach Mike McCarthy gets here at 6:45. We're looking forward to a big week of football.
And take a look at the playoff picture after last night's Thursday night football game between the Chargers and the Broncos. Got a full weekend of football to preview. The Morning Huddle on 94.1.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Listen to this message I received.
First message.
This is Santa Claus. Hey, I'm calling to give you a heads up. Last Christmas, so many people asked me for a Connecticut water softener, but getting all those Connecticut units in and out of the sleigh, up and down the chimneys, well, it's not so good on my back. So I'm going to forward all those Connecticut wish lists directly to you. Here's Mrs. Claus.
Thanks again for installing our Connecticut. I just love how soft my man's beard is, and my skin feels silky smooth, even here at the North Pole.
Oh. So if it's okay with you, I'll handle the toys, you handle the water softeners.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit, and $400 off when you trade in your old water softener.
By the way, the elves just love your jingle.
Call 656 Pure Connecticut.
I'm not a fan of the gluten-free cookies. Bye-bye.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656 Pure Connecticut.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tab when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win. And they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
George gets justice. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, they don't just represent you, they fight for you. When life throws its toughest challenges, George and his team are there to get you the justice you deserve. And here's their promise. You don't pay unless they win your case. With a proven track record of success, they take every case personally. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
Rock's Discount Vitamins wants to wish you and yours a very happy holidays and a healthy new year. Right now through Christmas, receive a free $10 gift card for yourself with a $50 Rock's card purchase or a free $20 gift card with a $100 Rock's card purchase. Losing weight, building muscle, or just getting healthy, let Rock's get you ready for the new year. With 12 area locations, find one nearest you at rocksdiscount.com. Rock's thanks God and you for all the support.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer. Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times. Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants? These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats. We've got some late-breaking news coming out of the stands. According to multiple sources, Vivid Seats fans are scoring rewards on every purchase and at a rapid pace. Obviously, these rewards are a game changer, coupled with their MVP-worthy ticket selection. Why get tickets anywhere else? Don't drop the ball this season. Shop with Vivid Seats and earn rewards on every ticket. And as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, Vivid Seats is offering you $20 off your first $200 ticket purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Ticket. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football giveaway. Register and win at sasportstar.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live out at Chicken and Pickle. UTSA Boulevard, come hang out with us, drink some beer, win some prizes, get ugly sweaters. We're giving away a fire pit at 6 o'clock. We've got these World Series replica rings. We've got 2 of them. Got a selfie with grumpy-ass Greg Shelton, the Grinch. If he smiles, you win a ring. Although in reality, Shelton just decides who's going to get the ring. That's his job today.
That's it.
One of many.
You know, I'm afraid people are scared to even get close to the Grinch over here.
Well, he's done a good job of putting 2 chairs around him. Almost like he's got security.
Right.
Although his security's stiff, you can get by him. Just kick the chairs and get him to smile. There are some things to do to get him to smile. We have seen that through the years, but we will offer no hints. But if you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Well, I know what works.
Yes, I know you do. Yes, we all know. You and I know. In fact, most of you listening probably could guess what works. But the trick is, and we've seen people try this, but they're unable to actually capture the smile on film. His smile is almost like the chupacabra.
It is.
You know it's out there. You just never actually see it.
All of those things. Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, all of those things.
A smiling
and
Shelton.
Grumpy-ass Greg Shelton smile.
Yeah.
They all go in the same category.
Yep. I mean, it's all a myth. All a myth.
Yeah.
Yet legendary if you actually see it. So
yes.
it could earn you a championship ring replica. But either way. Tough news today. Although I say that, I would have to check and see where they are on what they have in the fold over at UIW at the quarterback position. Clint Colo has done a good job, and, they've lost quarterbacks there before. But Zach Calzada, who, most notably, while at A&M, beat Alabama. He was at Auburn but couldn't get on the field, ended up at UIW, had a couple of incredible years, threw for 3,700 yards and 35 touchdowns this year for the Cardinals and leading them to the second round of the FCS playoffs. He is committed to the University of Kentucky. So you think about that, from UIW to Kentucky. Now, he's been around the SEC. He's played in front of big crowds before, but he was able to hone his skills and develop at UIW. And you have to give Clint Kello and the staff at UIW a ton of credit for taking a guy who had the talent while at A&M, while at Auburn, but not enough to get on the field and shine. They developed him, and now he's going to go to Kentucky.
UIW is going to become the developmental program for quarterbacks. Obviously, with Cam Ward doing as well as he is, now we'll see what Calzada does. What I find interesting about Calzada, Jason, is this going to be his 7th year.
Yeah.
His 7th and final year of eligibility. He's going to spend it at Kentucky. So, interesting. Good place to be. SEC, Kentucky. They're not one of the elite SEC teams, but, yeah, they're competitive. So good for him, and we'll see how he comes out of it.
And in reality, I'm going to guess NIL money at Kentucky, probably a little better at UIW. I don't know if he's got a NFL future. He might have a UFL future or some sort of spring league, because he has developed into quite a quarterback from what he was at A&M and why he couldn't get on the field at Auburn. They've done a hell of a job at developing his skill set at UIW. And, if he can make some money this year at Kentucky and that's all he ever makes playing football, good for him. But, we hear Jeff Traylor talk a lot about, we develop these guys and then, they come and get them. I think there's a prime example for UIW. They've developed this guy, and Kentucky came and got him.
Well, but for Calzada, it's his last year, and it's a smart move. You get up in the SEC, maybe you play well and you open some eyes in the NFL, and you get an opportunity to go play at the next level. So good for Zach, and I hope he does well. Wish him all the best.
Absolutely. The Cowboys and Bucs play on Sunday, and it's funny leading up to this game, just some of the commentary on it, because the Bucs just seem so much better than the Dallas Cowboys. And quite frankly, I think they probably are, but how much better remains to be seen. This is a winnable game for the Dallas Cowboys, because when you look at what the Bucs have done as of late, like the Cowboys, all they've done is beat bad teams, although they are coming off a really impressive win over a good Charger team. But besides that, their wins have been they've beaten the same teams the Cowboys have, and the Bucs had that 4-game losing streak against the better teams. I really don't know how good Tampa Bay is.
Well, the Atlanta Falcons are going to be pulling for the Cowboys, that's for sure. They need a little help there, and the Falcons have an easier time of it, right? They've got the New York Giants, who have pretty much thrown in the towel. I'm anxious to see this game because I want to see Dallas play somebody that, number one, has got a pretty good run defense. Tampa Bay does. Is Rico Dowdle, has he been benefiting from playing bad teams, or have they finally gotten the running game going? I think this game will tell a lot when it comes to that. And then you got to look at that Cowboys secondary, as banged up as it is. What are you going to do with Mike Evans? Mike Evans could have a field day against the Dallas Cowboys Sunday night. So a lot of things. This is a test, though, because the Cowboys feel pretty good about themselves. They've been playing well, albeit against subpar competition, a lot of people would say. Now this Tampa Bay team comes in here with something to play for because they've got to win it. I mean, they want to get to the playoffs. They want to win that division. So going to be an interesting test for the Cowboys.
Well, it is. And again, you look at it and you know, both sides of the ball. I mean, just watching, you would say Tampa Bay's better. Mike McCarthy talked about, like you said, I mean, you got Mike Evans, you got other receivers, they got a run game. Tampa Bay is very balanced offensively.
I think the biggest thing they categorize their offense. They got excellent balance. I mean, their numbers reflect that, but you can see, like anything, it starts up front. Their ability to run the ball, both backs are excellent. I think Baker's playing some of the best football of his career. Mike Evans still playing at a very high level. So they can, hold the ball 7, 8, 9, 10 plays, and they also can make the big plays. So they do a lot of things schematically, a lot of screens. I think teams that really do a good job mixing it up on first and second down definitely helps them on third down. So I'm impressed with them on offense.
Yeah, what's not to be impressed? And they look great against the Chargers. And keep in mind, the Chargers pretty good defense. I mean, there are no slouches there. So, but I'm with you. They're Jekyll and Hyde. Tampa Bay is. One day they look great. The next day they look terrible. So, what team's going to show up in Dallas on Sunday night?
Well, and again, for the Cowboys, to help out their defense, they need to establish the run game with Rico Dowdle. They need to control the clock. They get first downs on the ground, not have a lot of 3 and outs. But as Mike McCarthy said, easier said than done against that Tampa Bay defense.
Biggest thing, when you look at them on defense, their front seven is really good, and it's it's a group that's played a lot of football together too. So, and they got a lot of scheme. I mean, just a lot of scheme. The pressure packages are, multiple, not only multiple pressure packages, but also multiple fronts, in personnel groups. So this is a big challenge. It's a team you definitely prefer to play as a division opponent, but when you play these teams, once a year or once every couple of years, it just makes your week, the week of preparation a little more challenging.
Well, be careful what you wish for, Mike, because you got division opponents coming up after this one, Philadelphia and Washington. Both teams that are going to have something to play for sure. So it's coming, Mike. So enjoy this week.
Well, and that's what it is. Now, most of us are on to the offseason for the Dallas Cowboys. Mathematically, they haven't been eliminated, but I think, we're all realistic, right? Micah Parsons talking a lot today about the offseason, although he did say F Philly today when asked, are you rooting for the Eagles today to beat Washington because that would help the Dallas Cowboys? But he was also talking about his contract. And I guess he wasn't talking about it. He was asked questions about it, and he answered the questions. And, I think probably pretty solid follow-up time from what he said in the pregame show in an interview with Todd Archer for Monday night, because he probably hasn't had availability since. He does his podcast, his postgame, but he was asked about his contract, and he reiterated today that he does not necessarily need to be the highest paid player in the NFL. He did say today he does not plan on holding out, that he would be at OTAs, he would be at training camp, but he does want a deal before the start of the season. But he said it does not have to be the highest paid player. He wants to be able to have other players around him getting some, which tells me he's very aware of the financial situation when you've got a Dak Prescott paid and a CeeDee Lamb paid, and if they paid him, how are you going to field a good team? I'm glad he's aware of that, although I'm sure his agent is not thrilled. But it'll be very interesting to see ultimately when the offseason begins, how quickly do the Cowboys get a deal done with Micah Parsons?
He wants it done sooner rather than later, and maybe that's why he's throwing that out. And look, for Micah to throw this out not once but twice, his agent's got to be just, having a fit first and foremost. But I wonder, because it will be interesting to hear Stephen Jones' reaction. Stephen Jones scheduled to join us here on the Blitz coming up between 4:30 and 5 o'clock, somewhere in that neighborhood. That's the schedule. So we'll ask him about it and see what he says. But for Micah to say that, Micah is aware of the financial strap, if you will, for the Dallas Cowboys. And he knows that this team, as constructed right now, has 3 players. That's pretty much it. And you need more than that to win a championship. You need more than that to get into the playoffs and do anything. And Mike is aware of that.
Well, and he often talks about, Jerry being his guy. It almost sounds like Jerry has already kind of hinted like, dude, we want to win championships, but you understand there's only so much money because of a salary cap that we're going to be able to do. And again, from a player standpoint, go get yours. You've never heard me and never will hear me on this show encouraging a player to take less, because they only have a limited amount of time to go get theirs. It's their time. The Players Association will encourage him to get as much money as he possibly can and reset the market. His agent wants to get that as well. But if I'm going to take less, let's say the number is 40, but he says, you know what, I'll do 32 a year over a 4-year deal. That's a lot of money that he would be allowing the Cowboys to spend elsewhere. But if I'm Micah, before I give you $8 million to spend, I need to know how you're going to go spend that money. Because with the Joneses, do you actually trust them to say, okay, with that $8 million, this is who we're going to go get, or we're going to be able to re-sign this guy, and maybe you do that deal, and then I'll do my deal, because I don't know that I trust you to actually go spend that $8 million with somebody that's going to help me win. You see what I mean? That's just not the way the NFL works when you get into the business side of things.
No, and all of that is correct, and I would want that if I'm Mike, and that would be part of the negotiations. Look, if I take less, then what are you going to do with the money? How are we going to construct this team? Now, not that Micah would have any say-so much as to who they're going to bring in, but how are you going to improve this team? Give me a blueprint of your plans right now. You said we were strapped, Steven. Does this help us come unstrapped? What else are you going to do? You're going to restructure Dak's contract. Maybe you restructure CD's contract. You're going to lose some players. What about Trayvon Diggs? Is he coming back? And how will that work out? I mean, that guy, his future is somewhat in doubt. So the Cowboys have a lot of questions. They need some defensive linemen, offensive linemen, secondary help, linebacker help. I mean, they need a lot of things. Wide receiver help. A lot of issues in Dallas and a lot of holes to fill. Do you go out and get those guys? Do you hope the young guys can fit the bill?
It's going to be interesting for sure. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, live out at Chicken and Pickle on UTSA Boulevard. Come hang out with us on this Thursday. We got a pair of tickets to give away right now. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. If you want to go see Flogging Molly at the Aztec Theater on March 9th, their Road to Rebellion tour, we've got a pair of tickets for caller number 9 right now. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 9, those tickets are yours. If you don't win them, you can always buy them at livenation.com. 210-656-3776. Those tickets are yours here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding 1604 with the Blitz.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
GiveMeTheVin.com salutes a great read. Author Charles Dickens published A Christmas Carol, which became one of the most enduring holiday stories in modern literature on this day in 1843. If you want to meet a real Scrooge, try to get a fair trade-in from the car dealership, or try your luck with a tire-kicking private buyer. Give Me the Vin has earned our great reputation with a fast, fair offer and an easy-peasy process Bob Cratchit would have loved. Sell us your car.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Divorce is tough, but you have a choice. Do you want control of the process, or are you willing to let your spouse dictate the terms? If you're serious about safeguarding your assets during a divorce, then Barton & Associates is your law firm. As the owner of Barton & Associates, I will ensure my attorneys act swiftly and decisively to protect what's rightfully yours. Be in control of your divorce. Visit TexasDivorce.com or call 210-500-0000. That's 210-5-MILLION.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
Come on, boys.
JCPenney's Super Saturday sale has last-minute gifts and bigger savings for everyone. This weekend through Christmas Day, wrap up your list with our biggest doorbusters. Grab men's dress shirts and pants, now buy one, get one free, in-store only. Scoop up the coziest sweaters starting at $12.99 and get warm Sherpa throws for $14.99 each. Dash away with all the right gifts, all the right prices, all in the nick of time. JCPenney, make it count. Offers valid 12/20 through 12/25. Exclusions apply. See store at jcp.com for details.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
Designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
Windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. A stunning diamond pendant, a pair of classic diamond stud earrings, something new and eye-catching from a world-class designer. Or maybe you're looking for that perfect gemstone piece or a fabulous timepiece. At Diamonds Direct, we have hundreds of styles that are ready to be wrapped and put under the tree. No need to wait for shipping. Come and let our experts help you pick out that headliner gift. Or for some fabulous ideas before you head to the store, see the online seasonal gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. You can even chat now with a virtual assistant for the ultimate convenience. Whether you connect online or in person, you're guaranteed to get the extraordinary value, ironclad warranties, and white glove service Diamonds Direct is known for. And to help make your purchase even more affordable, we've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
After you use Bounce Dryer sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll put a sheet on your every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry, put a sheet on it with Bounce.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
If you've been putting off holiday shopping, you're not alone. But the holidays are next week, so it's time to kick things into high gear. Macy's Holiday Countdown Sale is here to make last-minute shopping easy with great deals on top gifts like cozy hat, scarf, and glove sets from Coach, Kate Spade & more for $49.99. Boxed up and ready to give. Easy. So if you haven't gotten to everyone on your list yet, don't be too hard on yourself, but do shop Macy's ASAP. These deals end tonight. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
UIW quarterback Zach Calzada is headed to Kentucky, where he's going to spend his 7th and final season in college football. Calzada spent the last 2 seasons at UIW. After a few days off, the Spurs are back at it tonight, playing host to the Atlanta Hawks. Hawks come in at 14-13, 7th in the East, while the Spurs sit at 13-13, 11th in the West. Tip-off from the Frost Bank Center, 7 o'clock.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live at the Chicken and Pickle off of UTSA Boulevard on this beautiful Thursday afternoon.
That is a great-looking day. We've got little did I know, Jason, there are a lot of people into this pickleball thing.
Welcome to the world,
I'm
Reinagel.
telling you, we got a table full of ladies over there who said they play every Thursday.
Yep.
And so they come out here, but there's a lot of folks out here that come in and they play in a little pickleball. It is it's quite the craze. But I've never played.
So it's been a trend for a couple of years. And again, if you don't play, you don't really know. But you look at, I want to play pickleball, honestly. I enjoy the couple times that I've played pickleball. But it's also one of those, like here at Chicken and Pickle, a lot of times it can be hard to get a court.
Well, sure.
I wish in our neighborhood they would take our tennis courts that nobody uses and turn them into pickleball courts. And a lot of places have done that. Gold's Gym up here, they took out their basketball courts and put in pickleball. It's crazy when you think about the sport because it's fun. One, you're playing something, but you're not. You can drink beer and do this.
Sure.
You are outside and exercising, but you're not running around all over the place. I mean, it's perfect. It's a perfect sport for guys like you and me.
Well, what I love about it, and I'll use these ladies as an example again. You go play pickleball, and you come in here for some great food and cold beer. And that's what they're enjoying right now. So they're having a great time. So it's a great way to spend a Thursday. If you got the opportunity to do so.
And if you're watching on YouTube, and I highly encourage you to tune in and make fun of us at SA Sports or at San Antonio Sports Star on YouTube, just go there and Google or search San Antonio Sports Star, subscribe. But Reinagel and I, we're wearing matching sweaters, ugly sweaters, Yingling ugly Christmas sweaters, and we've got some that we're giving away. And what I love is today must be Ugly Sweater Day. Because there's a lot of people wearing ugly sweaters, although none as cool as ours because, well, ours say Yingling and ours were free.
Yes, and it's very toasty. I mean,
it's a sweater.
Well, you're going to stay. Yeah, I know, but there are sweaters, and then there's sweaters. I mean, some are not as warm as others. Some of them are warmer than others. This one is just right. It's perfect. Yeah, I can see this. You sitting down in the fire with your nice Yingling sweater on with a glass of whiskey or scotch or whatever it is you drink, and a nice cigar, and just sit there and in your sweater and just act like a rich dude.
Well, and maybe you're outside and you got a fire pit.
Yes.
We're giving one away.
How about that?
A solo stove fire pit so you can – and Reinagel will hand you a cigar at some point. I don't know. Just
do they sell cigars here?
No, I don't know. They might. I mean,
maybe
they have
they
everything
do.
else. But so you can win a sweater, you can win a fire pit. There's other stuff, and I'm pretty sure they'll hand you a cold beer.
I know they will do that.
So
I know for a fact they'll do that.
Well, we see a lot of people drinking Flight by Yingling, which is normal, but they're handing them out over here, and come in, get registered, and you could be a winner. What I am impressed with the number of people that are wearing ugly sweaters saying, "I want yours."
Yes,
and you could win this one because these ones are a little harder to find.
Well, sure. They don't sell these anywhere, do they?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know either, but I think they're only giveaways for Yingling.
Absolutely. So you want your ugly sweater? Get on out here to the Chicken and Pickle. You want to win a fire pit? You definitely want to get out here to Chicken and Pickle. And whether you play pickleball or not, great bar, great food. Had lunch here today. Now, I've eaten here before, but you ordered ribs today.
I did.
And their baby backs are damn good.
Very good.
I was a little suspect on, you really ordered ribs?
I did.
And again, Joe said I ordered ribs. And so I thought he was saying you get the wings because I was planning on wings. We talked about this. And you ordered wings and ribs. And then I ordered wings. But I would not normally order ribs at a place like this because, well, I think, hard to beat my ribs unless you're a great barbecue restaurant. These ribs are good.
They're fantastic. And I don't know, when I was looking at the menu trying to decide what to get, I saw that. half a rack of ribs. I'm like, that sounds pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out that they were. And then the wings looked pretty good too. So I got to have some of those. And it was all good.
It was.
Every bit of it.
And Greg Shelton really enjoyed that.
He did. We even have some wings left over here. So come on out. Maybe Shelton will share with you.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
He might.
I doubt it.
He might.
I doubt it. I'm surprised James Pledger hasn't shown up on his day off yet because he heard there's wings.
No kidding.
Yeah, they're leftovers? Woo!
Yes. And free flight. So all of the above.
Oh, man, it's going to be a great day here. Alexandra, she says, looking good in those sweater, guys.
Thanks, Alexandra.
Other people have had other comments about our sweaters.
Yes,
certainly we understand. I know I'm going to be in trouble because I refuse to do this, wear matching sweaters or whatever with my wife. And I've already gotten a text message.
Now you're going to have to do it with your wife.
No. I'm not going to match. I mean, I just can't. She tricked me into matching outfits at a Christmas party a couple of years ago.
What do you mean she tricked you?
She tricked me. She flat out lied to me, and she tricked me. I mean, I was totally duped into this. So what was it 3 years ago? I think 3 years ago. We left straight from the Army-Navy game in New York City and flew to Phoenix for Erica's graduation. That was that Tuesday night.
Uh-huh.
And on Monday, Erica's whatever was having a big Christmas party out by the pool because you can do that in Phoenix this time of year.
Absolutely.
So stuff was packed, ready to go. I get out of the shower. Joanna's dressed, but she's wearing a jacket and has a shirt laid out for me. It said, wear that. So I did. And then we get to the party and she takes off her jacket and we were matching.
I love that. That's genius.
I was duped.
Genius.
Duped.
Fantastic. Way to go,
because
Joanna.
I would never have, never. I'm not a fan of, it's one thing if you're at a game and you're wearing matching jerseys or whatever, but to go somewhere wearing matching sweaters, it's just, I don't know.
Well, I don't know about
matching pajamas or I don't do any of that.
No. I don't wear pajamas anyway. I'm going to do that. Maggie's deal is that we just have to coordinate. Like if she's wearing, I don't know, with green tints, and I got to wear something that matches that.
Oh, good Lord.
Not matches,
but
does
like,
she
put it out for you?
No.
All right.
No, I got to find it.
Well,
and then I'll pull something out so now it really doesn't go.
I always told Joanna, you want to match what I'm wearing? Just pick a shade of blue and we're going.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And of course, she doesn't like that answer either.
That's important for women, though, obviously.
Well, good.
I'm just saying.
I just,
I'm just very happy that your wife got you with that, with the matching.
Totally duped
shirts.
on that. Totally duped.
Well, I think it's great.
Yeah.
I hope she does it again.
No, I mean, she once. That's a one-time thing.
How are you gonna stop it?
Well, I mean, one, it's not often she pulls something out and says, wear this.
Uh-huh.
That should have been my first clue, right? But knowing that, we're traveling and out of the suitcase and it's there, sure, I'll wear that. Why not?
Because you obviously liked the shirt you were going to put on. It was a good-looking shirt.
It was wasn't an ugly sweater because we were in Phoenix, but it was a golf shirt, but or a button-up shirt, but from from that kind of thing type of deal, right? So you look at all that, and I didn't know she had one. That was the other part of it.
Well, there you go.
So I would, but next time if she's like dressed and wearing a jacket and says wear this, I'm going to check that jacket first. She will never get me on that one again.
She could get you there. There's got to be a way. She could hide a shirt in the car. And, you go into whatever event you're going to, she could swing into the bathroom, put that on, and bam.
I mean,
nothing you could do about it.
If she wants to go to that much work, I don't know. I'd go shirtless.
Jeez, dude. That would cause a problem at whatever event you're at. I'm going to tell you that right now.
So they kick me out and I got to go home, but we're not matching.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm kidding.
Well, she could just take her shirt off, too.
I'm good with that. I mean, at some point before the end of the night, that's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Right? That sweater, that would be really good floor decoration. Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What are we giving away over here? We got
Flight by Yingling.
Is that a scarf?
A scarf and a hat. Got some winners there.
Nice.
Dude wearing a Notre Dame shirt. He shouldn't be allowed to win.
Yeah, he ought to be disqualified just for wearing that Notre Dame shirt.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's awful.
What's the matter with him?
That is awful. That is awful. You know what's not going to be awful? That new Netflix series on the Dallas Cowboys. They dropped a trailer for that. We'll talk about it coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
First, let's talk about Connecticut quality water systems. I have one. I love it. It is a game changer, and I really didn't think it was going to be. But having the Connecticut in the house now and having other products in houses that I've been in before, you can tell the difference is amazing. It's incredible. And let me tell you something. You want to get the family something great, something they can enjoy for years to come, why not look into a Connecticut quality water softener? I mean, that would be the best thing you could do for your family. It changes everything. I mean, your food tastes better. Your clothes are better. Your shower is better. Everything is better with a Connecticut quality water softener. And what I love about it is you don't plug it in. There's nothing to plug in. It doesn't run on electricity. So there's nothing to go out, no motherboards, no fuses, none of that kind of stuff is going to happen. But it does provide soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And right now, for a limited time, when you purchase a new Connecticut quality water softener, you're going to get a reverse osmosis drinking station installed at your kitchen sink, absolutely free. That's right. Perfect for cooking, perfect for coffee. No need to buy bottled water ever again because you have it right there at your kitchen sink. But remember, it is for a limited time, so you don't want to wait. Call Connecticut. Why don't you do it today? They've got financing available. They've also got a rental program. Pick up the phone, dial the number 656-PURE, 656-7873. You can check them out online at ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle. Sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
South Texas College Football Headquarters is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
And the most wonderful time of the year for fans. Bowl season is no exception. The biggest and best matchups this bowl season are brought to you by Ewald Kubota, the Break Room Bar, and Smoky Mo's Barbecue. Hear them all on South Texas' first and only FM sports station, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant, 281 at Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At the Institute for Functional Health, we are dedicated to helping you live life fully, playing with your kids, golfing, and feeling great without relying on pills. We're not about treating symptoms temporarily. We're about extending your health span, the years you live in good health. I'm Dr. Torres, and for over a decade, my team has transformed lives by tackling health issues at the root. Tired of medications without real answers? Take control of your health with us. Call 210-468-1891 for a free Discovery Day consultation or visit IFFhealth.com. Improve your health span today.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, except when your family's starting to get on your nerves. When you need to escape for a little while, head down to SA Card House. Have yourself a good meal. Have yourself a good drink. Win yourself some money on the card tables. $281 in bidders. It's SA Card House.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20. The Cowboys take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home.
Let's dominate today. I like this kind of party.
Pregame starts at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is all cooking. You asked for it, you got it. How about them, Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Live out at Chicken and Pickle off of UTSA Boulevard. We are here till 6 o'clock on this great Thursday with our friends from Flight by Yingling. Lots of prizes that we are giving away, including ugly sweaters. Like if you're watching on YouTube, you see Joe and I both wearing the Yingling ugly sweaters. But, man, the grand prize today, a Solo Stove Fire Pit, the $250 variety, the big ones that you can put out on your back patio. And really, because I've seen people with these fire pits use them as a fire pit, but also get some grill grates, and you could actually use them as a barbecue pit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can see that. But, yeah, that's a nice one. I like that quite a bit, as a matter of fact.
No, those are nice.
Instead of the little
koozie
cup
style
holder you got.
Well,
yeah.
and again, I mean, although they work pretty well, but I think my wife knows that is on the list.
It's your fault that you got the small one.
What do you mean it's my fault?
It's your fault that you chose that.
I did. Well, see, no.
You did. You chose it.
I did.
Could have had anything you wanted from a list, and you chose that.
Well, I mean, you think about the list. Now, what Reinagel is talking about, we were at the Jerry Jones Super Bowl party in Las Vegas. We were at Resorts World on the 66th floor of where there's a casino in there that, it's like a $500 minimum hand.
Yeah,
like places we shouldn't be allowed.
We didn't gamble.
But that bar area up there was incredible, and they had this like video board that for going to the party you got a gift.
Yep.
Which is typical at Super Bowl parties and things like that. And of the gift options, like you got Oakley sunglasses.
I did.
Well, those would do me no good because I need prescription sunglasses. So I didn't get that.
All right.
There was, I forget what else was that. Kendra Scott.
Yeah.
That's what my daughter got. There was the Solo Stove, and the picture of it looked like that right there. It was a stove and 2 people out, like on the fire. It looked like that. So I thought that's what we were going to get, right? Because that's what the picture was.
That's hilarious.
I forget what the other prizes were.
Yeah, there were like 6 or 8 different options.
Something from Nike, which I think ended up being a shirt.
Yeah.
But you didn't really know. And so so I put in for the stove, and then it came in the mail, and and like most people, I have a cluster box, and you get the notice that you've had a delivery. Well, I'm thinking this is going to be a big old thing on my front porch, and it wasn't there. And then I checked the mail, and it was in the cluster box, right? I mean, it was not what I thought it was going to be. But that's all right. I mean, dude, it's from Jerry Jones, and it says that right there on the the little box in the card. I mean, it was I like it, but it's not what I expected. That is the way. See, I'd worry like the one I have, you have to have on a table on the back patio, because if you had that one on the ground after a couple beers, you're going to kick it when you get up.
I enjoy my sunglasses daily.
See,
every single day I enjoy those Oakley sunglasses, and I thank you, Mr. Jones, for the nice gift.
You have the ability to do that.
I chose wisely.
You know, your eyes are not needing prescription sunglasses like mine.
Yes, true. So I enjoy those, and it was great, and kind of unexpected too. I didn't know what the heck was going on over in this particular section of the party that day, but turned out good.
Yeah,
and I was very selfish and got myself a present instead of somebody else.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all.
Nothing wrong with that at all. That's the way it goes, and Jerry Jones is just that kind of guy. And I'm curious. I'm guessing nothing from that party will actually make the Netflix documentary about Jerry Jones. We know cameras are following around. We saw the cameras at training camp and that sort of stuff. And, it's they've been following him for a long time. I'm waiting and wondering when this Netflix docu-series, whatever it is going to be, actually comes out. And turns out today, they dropped the first trailer, and they say coming in 2025.
This is our story.
And if you ask anybody where I live,
It's bigger than winning football games.
Dallas Cowboys, they became America's team.
nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Let's go! Do they have an idea what they're doing? What did you prove?
Yes.
Keep them talking.
I'm all the way up.
It's a soap opera. 365 days a year.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
Nice. I'm looking forward to that. And what I love, Jerry, it's no secret. He wants people talking about the Cowboys 24/7. He likes the drama, the soap opera. That makes things exciting for everybody. So I'm glad he's coming out. And we all knew it anyway. But hey, any publicity is good publicity when it comes to Jerry Jones.
Well, and again, you look at it and you go, all right, soap opera 365. And I haven't heard him use that term before, but I'm not surprised. It's all by design, and he's brilliant at doing that kind of thing. So when you look at it, it's what he does. And as we're talking about the Joneses, Steven says, can we do it right at 5? So Stephen Jones will be on with us at 5.
Of course we can.
All right. Yes. Let me text him back real quick. Talk for a minute.
You text him back. I'll take over here. Look, Jerry Jones is a genius at making money. Jerry Jones is a genius at having people talk about the Cowboys. Look, even as bad as the Cowboy season is this year, you turn on anything on ESPN or any other sports channel for that matter, talk radio anywhere in the country, including us right here, we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys because there's always something to talk about. Today, Micah Parsons making news, talking about, he doesn't have to be the highest paid player in the league. Just stuff like that is intriguing and you want to talk about. That's why they're the most popular football team in the NFL, number one, and the richest organization in professional sports. And Jerry Jones, like him or not, is responsible for all of that.
Well, and you talk about them being the richest in professional sports. right, at $10.1 billion. The NBA released theirs. We got Golden State was tops, then the Knicks and the Lakers, Spurs at 20th at $3.79 billion. I mean, it quite frankly, they all wouldn't even be in the same neighborhood when you start thinking about where people could live. Like they're all worth a lot, but nothing quite like what the Dallas Cowboys have been able to do and generate.
No, not at all. And again, it's Jerry is responsible for all of that, and I love it. And I was quite frankly surprised. The Warriors came in at right about $9 billion. So, which isn't, it's in the neighborhood of the Cowboys, still far away, but in the neighborhood. And they obviously lead the NBA. I think the Knicks are right up there as well. So Spurs kind of surprised me a little bit and pleasantly, to be honest with you. I didn't think they'd be as high as 20. But they are valued at $3.79 billion.
And I can't honestly tell you how I know they come up with those valuations. You look at Golden State with their popularity in Asia, being in San Francisco, having just built that new arena. New York is New York for obvious reasons, and the Madison Square Garden television network that I do figure factors into that. The Spurs are such an international team and have been for so long with the likes of a Tony Parker and a Manu Ginobili, but now you also have Wemby. And you look at some of the investors that they have brought in that, I guess I can't say that I'm overly surprised, because if they were to put that thing for sale, what would it go for? When you look at, NBA teams now going for $2 or $3 billion, and I look at Jerry, it might be worth $10.1 billion. But if he wanted to put that thing for sale, what do you think he could actually get? 2025 through various corporations?
I don't know if he could get that much, double the money, but certainly he could get a lot more than $10 billion. What the Commanders sell for? $6-7 billion? Something in that neighborhood.
6.
So I think Jerry could at least get 12, 13, 15 billion dollars for the Dallas Cowboys. That team's never going to be sold unless Steven's kids or his grandkids eventually sell the team, because I think they're going to keep that thing in the family as long as they possibly can. Steven's certainly not going to sell that thing, and he's the heir apparent once Jerry's gone. So it's not going anywhere.
No, and the way the grandkids are running it and a part of the organization, it's going to be there forever. Although having your kids as a part of an organization, not necessarily the best thing. And, we can talk all about the Dallas Cowboys and dysfunction and drama and a soap opera 365. The New York Jets say, hold my beard. I don't know if you guys saw this article in The Athletic today, but we'll get into it. You think it's crazy with the Cowboys. Wait until you hear some of the crap with the New York Jets and the ownership family there. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, live out here at the Chicken and Pickle. Tomorrow morning, Mike McCarthy will be on the Morning Huddle with Rob and AJ, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. And nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons, especially this time of year with all the holiday parties, families in town. If you get arrested, a friend of yours, a family member, you want to get out of jail fast, the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you really understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds, AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
The Morning Huddle.
What we have learned on this trip is that Rob has no idea how to order coffee.
And then they were like, Rob, and they handed this out, and I was like, oh, no, this isn't what I want.
This can't be for me.
I didn't want, it's 33 degrees outside. I didn't want anything iced. So I got a $12 ice. And you know what?
You should have asked him to warm it up.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings, 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. Offer ends soon.
Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
We all expect our home to protect everything we love. But we don't expect that water is the reason parts of our concrete have gotten so uneven. Walkway tripping hazards, sinking pool deck, cracked driveways are dangerous threats to everyone's safety. But there's one way to learn how your concrete can be lifted. A free home inspection from Foundation Support Specialists. They'll restore your concrete and give you peace of mind. Get your free inspection at FoundationSupportSpecialists.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Sponsored by Armstrong Pharmaceuticals.
Rock's Discount Vitamins wants to wish you and yours a very happy holidays and a healthy new year. Right now through Christmas, receive a free $10 gift card for yourself with a $50 Rock's card purchase, or a free $20 gift card with a $100 Rock's card purchase. Losing weight, building muscle, or just getting healthy, let Rock's get you ready for the new year. With 12 area locations, find one nearest you at rocksdiscount.com. Rock's thanks God and you for all the support.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win, and they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR, and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
JCPenney's Super Saturday sale has last-minute gifts and bigger savings for everyone. This weekend through Christmas Day, wrap up your list with our biggest doorbusters. Grab men's dress shirts and pants, now buy one, get one free, in-store only. Scoop up the coziest sweaters starting at $12.99 and get warm Sherpa throws for $14.99 each. Dash away with all the right gifts, all the right prices, all in the nick of time. JCPenney, make it count. Offers valid 12/20 through 12/25. Exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix out here at Chicken and Pickle with our friends from Flight by Yingling. We got the Yingling Ugly Sweaters on. You can win them. You can also win a fire pit, a solo stove fire pit at 6 o'clock. So come hang out with us your chance to win. Plus, we have these World Series Texas Rangers replica rings. We've got 2 of them that we are giving away as well.
And you can win a free flight by Yingling just for showing up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's all you have to do. You show up, you get a flight by Yingling. No problem. Look at that. There's a fresh bucket that just came out right there.
And it's really not even winning. You are winning.
You're winning.
You're winning.
You're a winner.
But all you have to do is say please and thank you.
Well, that's fine. People should do that anyway.
They should. I don't even know if that's really a requirement, but you're right. They should do that anyway.
But they should.
Yeah.
Because you got a very nice young lady there who is providing the free flight by Yingling. So you should say thank you and please and ma'am and all of that stuff.
And they come with a koozie.
Sure, you can do that. My beer never lasts long enough for a koozie, though. That's the problem.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, that's of course how it goes.
Yeah, sure.
So come hang out.
Come hang out with us.
Chicken and Pickle.
Yeah.
Which, you think about, you've got tonight a Thursday night game with the Chargers and Broncos. Of course, they'll have it on here. You can also listen to it on 94.1 here on San Antonio Sports Star, brought to you by Flight by Yingling. Over on ESPN AM 1250, you've got Sam Houston State taking on Georgia Southern in the New Orleans Bowl. Our bowl coverage brought to you by Smoky Moe's Barbecue, the Break Room Bar in Live Oak, and Ewald Kubota. And then you've got the Spurs game on. And, so tonight's one of those multiple TV kind of nights. Saturday is going to be an incredible day. 11 a.m., the Smithson Valley Rangers taking on Highland Park for a state championship. Larry Hill, another chance at hoisting a trophy. But also at 11, you've got Penn State and SMU. Then you're going to have Kansas City and Houston. Then the Southlake Vandergrift game, and Texas and Clemson. And you just think about Saturday, college football, the NFL slate, incredible day, but so many Texas ties as well. Patrick Mahomes not on the injury report today, so he is a full go for Saturday's game against the Houston Texans.
I don't think that dude's human. I think he's a robot. I mean, how in the world can anybody come back that quickly from a high ankle sprain? Albeit they did say it was mild, but still. I mean, the guy he's not human. Has anybody ever checked this guy, like taking blood or something? I mean, seriously.
Yes, but still, I mean, I thought his leg was broke the way it got bent under. And then when, all right, it's not broke, you figure everything in there is shredded and he's going to play. It's pretty freaking remarkable when you think about it.
Yeah, it is incredibly remarkable. Taking on the Houston Texans in Kansas City. The weather's probably going to be cold. Hopefully not nasty, but we'll see. And Houston needs to win this thing. Kansas City, they need to win to hold off Buffalo. So big game Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. As Stephen Jones of the Cowboys will join us in about 20 minutes from right now at 5 o'clock, give or take, because he's delayed twice. Feel like a flight. Whatever. I mean, you realize the guy is busy.
We got a lot of questions for him, so it's all right.
When you look at the Cowboys, and they keep their business out in the public, right? I mean, there's just always stuff going on with the Dallas Cowboys. But there's an article in The Athletic today about the dysfunction with the New York Jets, the owner and the owner's kids. And I don't know. Do you just kind of think every team is like that to a degree? You get a billionaire owner, which means they've got, billionaire kids with rich kid attitude. And if you're a coach, if you're a player, that's the owner's kid. So there's nothing you can say or do.
Well, it gets a little too far when it comes to Woody Johnson. And look, we cover the Dallas Cowboys, and nothing like this. I've never heard of anything like this. And I've never heard of anything like this from anywhere else. And the thing about it is that the Jets admit to it.
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy's having an incredible year in Cleveland, having a great year. He has revived his career, and he's having a great year. The New York Jets were going to sign Jerry Jeudy. He wanted to go play for the New York Jets. Woody Johnson said no because his kid told him that he didn't have very good Madden ratings.
Who needs a scouting department?
So that's why they didn't sign Jerry Jeudy. Now, when your kid is telling you, because I'm sure, and I know for a fact, Woody Johnson pays a general manager, pays him handsomely.
Yes.
I'm sure he pays a bunch of scouts very well also.
Yes.
But he's listening to his kid, and his kid says, well, his Madden rating is not very good. Don't sign him. But okay. What the hell is going on?
All right. Now, that seems dumb enough because you have a number of people on your staff that work in the scouting department and a general manager. But you're going to go with the kid saying, well, his Madden rating isn't very good. Could you imagine if, I don't know, again, get rid of your scouting department, just use Madden. What is that, Xbox? But it goes worse than that when it comes to the little rich kids. So apparently there was, this year, and after they fired Robert Saleh, they got the first win. Customary for any coach, interim coach or first-year head coach, anybody, that coach gets the game ball. It's kind of tradition. Generally, the quarterback will do the whole little deal and give the guy the game ball. Well, before any of that could happen, the owner's kid, Woody Johnson's kid, gave a game ball to Garrett Wilson. And Aaron Rodgers had a ball. He was ready to go. And then Woody took that ball and then gave it to the coach. And by all accounts, the excitement for him, all the energy drained out of that win.
It's just, you talk about it. That is the definition of a clown show.
Yes.
I mean, that's the definition. You look up clown show in the dictionary, Woody Johnson and the New York Jets. That's incredible. Not to mention they're admitting now that they actually talk bad about their players. Mike White, backup quarterback, this is back in 2022, had a horrible game, went into the locker room, threw his helmet down, and Woody Johnson said, you ought to be throwing your helmet down. You're effing terrible. Now, he has apologized, according to the story, but Johnson admits to doing this.
Well, see, and that the crazy thing is, I don't know that he admitted it, but a team spokesman confirmed that did in fact happen. Yeah. So the team spokesperson could have said anything like, can't confirm or deny, don't know if that's true, but yeah, that happened. He apologized. We're all good.
Well, and obviously Mike White is no longer a New York Jet. So, but yeah, it's just stuff like that. And I get it. If you're up in the owner's booth or in your office and you're an owner and you're the man, that Mike White sucks. We need to get rid of him. Okay. Yeah, but to do it in the locker room in front of everybody, I mean, that's kind of bad.
Well, it is. And again, and now you look at, some of the people they've interviewed for their general manager job, and they've hired TV people to help them hire their next general manager. And of course, everybody that they've interviewed to this point are all people that don't currently have jobs because that would be against the rules. So I guess I can't say that I'm surprised of who they've hired because, those that are available right now are available for a reason. But, like Louis Riddick is on the interview list. They've interviewed Jim Nagy for the GM job, the guy that was in Tennessee for the GM job. But those are the guys that are currently available. Do you feel like, they have a chance at becoming the GM or, well, we've got an opening. I've got 2 hours free on Tuesday, so let's bring in somebody for an interview? It just seems like a waste of time.
Who knows? Maybe his kid will be in there and doing the interview. He can draw on the whiteboard and just, to show me some plays. The same play I ran in Madden. If you can do that, then we'll hire you. I mean, it's just ludicrous and ridiculous on the face of it, and that's why the Jets are the Jets. I mean, it's absolutely why. You let Aaron Rodgers come in there and play GM because that's basically what he did. Came in and got everybody he wanted, got the coach fired, everything that he wanted, and they still suck.
Well, and again, Aaron Rodgers, will he be a part of the team next year? I guess the new GM will have something to say about that, or maybe not. But I look at, in this Aaron Rodgers, Ryan Clark fight, if you will, is kind of comical. But at the same time, Aaron Rodgers still wants to play, and he's going to play somewhere next year. The question, will it be with the New York Jets? But, between the Jets and the dysfunction we're seeing, what we saw on the offseason Hard Knocks, which I'm guessing we'll never see that again, as Saquon Barkley is within reach of the single-season rushing record, you just wonder, how are these billion-dollar franchises really run? I know one of the great things about what we do here on Sports Talk Radio, and, I've said for years, doing this show, a lot of times off season can be more fun than in season.
No doubt.
Because all of us are smarter GMs than the guy with the nameplate on the office door. And you kind of say that half joking, but reading about the Jets, watching the Giants front office, seeing some of the decisions that are made, and you know what? I think about everybody that's listening to this program right now could do just as poorly of a job running a franchise as the guys that actually have the jobs that are doing it. Now, there are some good GMs out there. I look at like what Nick Caserio has done in Houston, give him a lot of credit. What Lynch has done in San Francisco, give him a lot of credit. But the idea of sports, at some point, things are going to go south and they're going to become idiots. That's just the way it seems to work, does it not?
That's true. Yes.
I mean, Thomas Dimitrioff at one point was considered a brilliant general manager. He's now interviewed for the Jets job. Now, we see Thomas the last couple of years, at the very least, on Super Bowl Radio Row. And he is a brilliant guy, and he is certainly fun to talk to. I think he could be a good GM, but quite frankly, at this point, I don't know if he can do any better of a job than this guy sitting right over here at Chicken and Pickle.
And with that franchise, who knows? I mean, I don't know what you're going to be allowed to do. How much say-so are you going to have as a general manager? I mean, in all honesty, you just don't know. And there are some franchises like that out there. Obviously, the Cowboys have a GM. Jerry Jones serves in that purpose. They've got Will McClay, and he does add some things to it. But I just don't know what you are going to be able to do as a general manager of the New York Jets. You suggest go talk to the kid, play Madden. I mean, what do you do? It truly is a clown show.
Yes,
and that's why they have sucked for as long as they have.
Do you think about that, and then you think about how the Cowboys have been run, and it just makes you wonder if all the teams are really this dysfunctional. I don't feel as bad about the Cowboys front office after reading that and watching how the Giants did things this offseason, because I used to think, and then give Jerry credit, because the last couple of years, I mean, they've drafted well, they've done some good things, and quite frankly, this year has been in the toilet. But for the most part, Jerry should get pretty high marks for the way they've run things and the moves and some of the draft picks. Everybody has busts on draft boards, but overall, the Cowboys front office has done a pretty good job the last several years. You get a season like this and you say that, and I could see the eyes rolling in your car as you're driving down 281. but in reality, you do have to give that front office a lot of credit for some of what they've done. Then you get a year like this and you go, what the hell are you thinking? And I still believe that there is a plan, that this year was not about winning. It was about clearing books, because all their offseason moves told me this season wasn't about winning. I do think they thought they had more talent than they actually did, but then you add in the injuries and you're screwed. But I thought they had a bad plan to begin with, but I think this season is by design.
Well, see, I don't look at it that way. And the reason I say that is because they're continuing to play hard and try to win.
Sure.
If your design was to lose and clear the books, then why not get a high draft pick? They're not even going to get that. And they continue to play hard. They continue to win. And I think if you don't have the injuries you have, then I think we're talking about the Cowboys as certainly not a Super Bowl team, but I think you're talking about them as a playoff team. If Prescott doesn't get hurt, you've got Zach Martin who's out for the season, Trayvon Diggs. You've got a lot of big players that are out for the season, and I think injuries have played more a part of that than anything else.
Well, I think with like Nealand and Sam Williams, some of those injuries very early on when things weren't going well. And when I say that, I don't know that they were trying to tank this season, but I don't think they went in thinking we're going to add a bunch of talent and be all in. And of course, Jerry Jones set the offseason message very early on with the all-in comment. And he even said, my definition is different than yours. He was all in on the contracts of getting his guys signed, and he got those done, but they didn't add in free agency. They waited because by waiting, you can't sign people. You don't have the money, but they signed the CD and Dak, and that freed up money, but they weren't going to add in. I think they really wanted to see what they had with these young players this year. And quite honestly, I think they still thought they could win 9-10 games and be a playoff team, but they weren't all in to go get a Super Bowl and replace a lot of the guys that left. By design, clear some books. At some point, they've got to clear some of that cap space. And this year, they, in a lot of ways, accomplish some of that. Next year, and Steven said it last week, and it just baffles me, they're going to be, quote unquote, tight again. They can free up money and find it. And maybe if the right guy is there, they'll be able to do it. But also, are we going to go sign a bunch of guys to longer term contracts if we're going to make a coaching change? So I think this year was just kind of one of those influx years, but I don't think they expected it to be as bad as it is. And that's because of injuries, but I don't think they went in this season thinking they were putting a Super Bowl caliber roster together when they hit Oxnard, California on day one of training camp.
You will never get Jerry or Steven to admit that.
No.
I guarantee you don't. And whether that's the truth or not, remains to be seen. They'll never admit to that. Never. They think what they've they've had a lot of success in the draft. They think the draft picks they have will develop into players that can win championships. And so I think in that respect, when you start paying guys the salaries they're paying them, yeah, they can go out and find some money and move some stuff around. But eventually those bills are going to come due. And that credit card analogy Jerry loves using, it's not going away. So in that respect, they cleared nothing. So they're still going to have to deal with that. They can restructure all they want to, and in the short term, it's fine. But I just don't see this team being a Super Bowl contender for a while.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, live out at Chicken and Pickle on at UTSA Boulevard. We're here for another hour. We've got the Yingling Ugly sweaters you could register to win, and the grand prize we'll give away in about an hour from right now, one of those big old fire pits, a solo stove fire pit. So come see us here at Chicken and Pickle with the Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Friday night, December 27th at 9:30. The Aggies head to Sin City to take on the USC Trojans in the Las Vegas Bowl. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 8:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Have y'all seen my father-in-law around?
No.
I think he's mad at me.
Why?
I've got my fishing stuff all straight.
Yep.
And he starts doing all this crazy rigging on these fishing lines. Like he's in the ocean or something.
What?
There's a very simple method, and it is not that.
No.
That's not it. If you really want to catch something, get out a couple of telephones and crank on them.
Oh, they will answer.
They will answer every time.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
When you are just craving something salty and packs a crunch, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds is your crunch time decision. Game day just got a whole lot crunchier thanks to the powerhouse snack, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. We're talking about crispy, golden bites of pure awesomeness. Pork rinds are your MVP snack. And get this, they're low carb and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. Don't settle for ordinary on game day. Grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at H-E-B today.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
If you haven't started celebrating Pixmas, you haven't started celebrating. Start today on Prize Picks because it's Pixmas time, and man, oh man, it's time for a shot at 1,000 times your cash. That's right, you got a shot for 1,000 times your cash. You can win up to 1,000 times your cash. Merry Pixmas! Head over to Prize Picks, use what you know, and win up to 1,000 times your cash. I can't say it enough. That's Prize Picks. Head over today, pick your favorites. Before you know it, you could win up to 1,000 times your money. It's so easy to play. You've been a fantasy player for years. Now put it to use. Prize Picks puts your knowledge to work. Just a couple of clicks away, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Remember that code Alamo for free money. That's Prize Picks. Head over today, join the millions, download the app, and win up to 1,000 times your money. Easy to do. Download the app today and use the code Alamo. Prize Picks. Run your game.
If you're thinking about a compact tractor and you want the best, you can afford a Kubota. I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. Come into one of our 11 locations and check out the new Kubota L2502 package deal, including a four-wheel drive tractor with hydrostatic transmission, a front loader, a rear mower, a box blade, and a trailer, all for one low price. With a deal this good, you can afford a Kubota from Ewald Kubota. From the Ewald family to yours, Merry Christmas!
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part, they accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, except when your family's starting to get on your nerves. When you need to escape for a little while, head down to SA Card House. Have yourself a good meal. Have yourself a good drink. Win yourself some money on the card tables. 281 and bidders. It's SA Card House.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf. Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up. It's golf.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the big news this afternoon, UIW quarterback Zach Calzada is headed to Kentucky, where he's going to spend his 7th and final season in college football. Of course, Calzada has been the quarterback at UIW for the last 2 years. Spurs back in action tonight. They're playing the Atlanta Hawks. Hawks come in 14-13. They're 7th in the East. Spurs at 13-13, 11th in the West. Tip-off, 7 o'clock at the Frost Bank Center.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Live this Thursday out at Chicken and Pickle off of UTSA Boulevard. Right now, though, let's talk with the boss over at the Dallas Cowboys, Stephen Jones, joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Stephen, appreciate you jumping on with us today.
Well, great being on, guys. Hope you're having a good week.
We are having a good week. And, Stephen, I want to start with the documentary that Netflix has been working on, America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys. I don't know if you saw this. They dropped the trailer today, and one of the lines from Jerry is, it's a soap opera 365. You live in this world. Does it always feel like a soap opera to you?
Well, it's always certainly entertaining. It's always very interesting, and it feels like you never know what you're going to wake up to every day. But, we're just blessed to get to be a part of something as special as the Cowboys, and certainly want to do our part, to leave it in a better place than where we found it in terms of the organization. And, of course, the fire's burning hot, not only in Jerry's, but all of our bellies to get us a Super Bowl here sooner than later. It's been a long, long time.
No doubt, and I know Cowboy fans are anxious for that too, Stephen. I've got to ask you about Micah Parsons. For the second time in about 2 weeks, he said doesn't have to be the highest paid player when it comes to a new contract. He said that again today. When you hear something like that, what goes through your mind?
Well, I just, obviously nothing but respect for Micah, for CD, for Dak, and certainly, I think guys are understanding, especially after this year where it can be, there is a salary cap out there. And I know a lot of people say, well, you can push that money forward, which we've been doing for quite some time. But ultimately it catches up and you have to make some tough decisions. But obviously our goal has been, since we knew we were going to be faced with paying three of the top players in the NFL and Dak, CD, and Micah, our goal has been to get all three of them. And we think it's players like that help you win championships. And certainly feels great to know that Micah understands and knows that, it's important and he's got to take care of his family and will for generations to come. But you also it's a good investment in your long-term future if we could somehow get everybody who's on board right now, some Super Bowl trophy and some championship rings.
Absolutely. Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us here on the Blitz. Now, Stephen, you look at the way this season has gone. Are you surprised or just impressed with the level of effort and play that you're seeing from the team at this late in the season?
Yeah, I'm not. I can't say that I'm surprised when you look at guys. Start at the top with Mike McCarthy. In terms of on the field, Mike McCarthy, then Mike Zimmer and Bones and our staff, and then the character of the guys on our football team. I fully expect them to be professionals, and certainly they know how to win football games in this league. We've certainly had our challenges with injuries, but as I like to say, the world's smallest violin. People in this league. No one feels sorry for you. So, but I agree with you. I think our guys go out there and fight every week, wanting to compete at the highest levels and win football games. And that's what we're still trying to do is, as long as we're mathematically in it, we're doing everything we can to stay in it, and starts certainly Sunday night against the Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield, who I have a lot of respect for.
Yeah, Stephen, when you look at your running game and Rico Dowdle and the effort and the results that he has had over the last several games, when you look at him and running the football, first of all, are you surprised? And second of all, do you think maybe you found your guy?
Well, it doesn't surprise me. I think the biggest thing is everybody just took a deep breath. The defense started getting better. Everybody talks about complementary football, and when your defense starts playing better, you got more patience on offense. You can commit more to the running game. And I think at the end of the day, that's what that boiled down to, is just saying, hey, we're going to get Rico his touches, and we're going to be patient in that running game, and that'll complement defense and vice versa and special teams. And I think that's why certainly we're having more success over the last month.
Stephen Jones of the Cowboys joining us here on the Blitz. You think about that Sunday night game against Tampa Bay. You mentioned Baker Mayfield. I'm a little more concerned about, Mike Evans. What's the challenge there in covering that guy?
Well, he's one of the best to play the game. Obviously played there at A&M. Nothing but respect for him too, and he's a difference maker. He's long, he's fast, he's big, he's a great receiver, and we're just going to have to get in there. I mean, it all starts. We certainly want to, get pressure on Baker and try to hurry him up. And then, I know Coach Zimmer's got some ideas there in terms of, how we can do our best. When you're looking at receivers like him, guys like CD, you don't ever just really totally stop them. You just try to limit them as much as possible.
Stephen, I know it's been a busy day for you and obviously a busy week. Good luck on Sunday night. I know we won't talk to you before then. So to you and your family, Merry Christmas from us here in San Antonio.
Yes.
Merry Christmas to you guys. Hope you enjoy your families.
Appreciate it. Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
Interesting comments from Stephen in a variety of issues. I think he got a kick out of the soap opera comment for sure. And look, he knows, he lives it every day, and always has to answer questions from something that Jerry has to say. So, he's got to know that that's coming at just about every interview that he does. So I thought that was interesting. And then, the Micah Parsons thing, I think that they have to be encouraged by Micah's words, whether that comes to fruition or not. When you hear a star player say that, you've got to be encouraged, not once, but twice, that he doesn't have to be the highest paid guy. And Steven said as much, that Micah understands what's going on in Dallas, and maybe just would rather have a winner than being at the top of the list pay-wise.
Well, and again, you look at when you're at the negotiating table as a player, that is the one time you are supposed to be selfish. In a team sport where you're not selfish, when you're negotiating a contract, the business side of football is the one time you can be, and quite frankly, should be selfish. It's easy for him to say that. Will his agent, will the Players Association, or honestly allow that to happen? That's and again, if I'm willing to leave money on the table, if in round numbers, if it's at $40 million and he's willing to take 32, I want to know from the Cowboys, how are you spending that 8 before I say, okay, I'm going to sign this deal? Who are we signing? And let's get that deal done, and then I'll get mine done. I just from a player standpoint, I don't see how that can ultimately happen, and why they would want that to happen from that respect. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think, look, if I'm Micah Parsons, even before, and maybe they've had these conversations already, perhaps, but if I'm Micah, he's got a great relationship with Jerry. You go sit down with him and say, hey, we can talk here. I don't have to be. I understand where we're at. I understand what CD, what Dak have done. Yes, I want to be paid, and I am the greatest pass rusher in the league right now. I deserve to get paid, and I deserve to get it all. How can we make this work where it benefits everybody? I want to get paid, but I want a Super Bowl championship too. I want to win. Jerry, what can you do? And I think those conversations start even before perhaps the agent gets involved.
And, I think the agent's always going to be involved, but I think maybe it's, all right, I'm going to be the highest paid player because I've got an ego and I need that to be out there that I'm the highest paid player. But when you are working with this player here, and if you need a couple more dollars, well, redo mine and I'll take a reduced salary at that point. It's almost like what I heard Deion Sanders say the other day about Travis Hunter. Apparently, Travis Hunter, with all of his NIL money, is funding about 10 or 15 other players' NIL funds out of his own money. So he's getting his, but he's making sure some of his teammates are getting theirs. I could almost see, all right, the Players Association, my agent, I've got to be the highest paid. Let's put it out there and we'll do that.
But if we need a couple of dollars for this guy, I got you, Jerry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think those conversations start way before you start the negotiations. They do have a close relationship. They both respect each other. And so I think Micah can talk to Jerry in that respect. In those conversations, maybe they've already begun. But we'll see what happens. But the Cowboys, they need to do something. If Mike is going to be able to, be unselfish like that, take a more team-friendly deal, then you're right. I agree with you. Jerry and Steven need to cooperate and go out and get some help.
It is 5:12, so you've got just over 45 minutes to get over to Chicken and Pickle off of UTSA Boulevard. And you want to do that because that's where we are. But your chance to win one of these great Yingling ugly sweaters, other swag, and more importantly, the grand prize today, the Solo Stove Fire Pit, the $250 kind. We're giving that away at 6 o'clock. So if you want a chance to win that, you got to get over here and get your name in the bucket. Must be present to win. So get on out here to Chicken and Pickle.
Dude, I don't know. Everybody making fun of us and our ugly sweaters. Did you see Ben Brasino? I feel so much better about myself after looking at that dude.
I did not see Ben.
I don't know how you missed him. He walked right by us. He signed up for something. There he is.
Oh,
look at this guy.
Lord.
Now, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I feel so much better about the way I look now.
Well, I mean, all I know is the way Ben Brasino is dressed today, he is going to be single again tonight. That's what you call a birth control outfit.
That is.
Yeah. That's a guy that needs a beer desperately.
He does.
Desperately. John McClain will join us next as the Texans get ready for Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs here next on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star.
It's showtime. Let's do it. It's fun time. Here we go.
South Texas home of the 12-team college football playoff is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. All of the matchups are brought to you by Ewald Kubota, the Break Room Bar, and Smoky Mo's Barbecue. Hear every game on South Texas' first and only FM sports station. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part, they accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Calling all of Cowboys Nation in San Antonio. It's time to gear up with the ultimate Dallas Cowboys apparel. Whether you're heading to the game or watching from home, the Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop has you covered. From hoodies to hats, jerseys to jackets. Find all your Cowboys essentials at any of our 4 San Antonio locations. River Center, Ingram Mall, North Star Mall, and Heaver Oaks Shopping Center. We're open 7 days a week. Find the best selection of Cowboys gear and rep the Star loud and proud.
Good morning, beat freaks. Who's ready to move? Let's start this day right.
Tasha's morning dance parties are meeting rave reviews.
Lose your phones and find your groove.
They need an ops manager to help their community dance the morning away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, sports fans, if you're not calling John Anthony, you're simply missing out. To prove it, I'm releasing your Thursday Night Report absolutely free and recorded message line. 1-800-244-5506. Denver at LA. Denver's defense, anchored by a tough defensive line, can disrupt opposing offenses and generate turnovers. LA's defense, mainly their secondary, can shut down opposing passing attacks and create chances for their offense. Tonight is going to be a monster game. I've got the side and total. That's 2 big plays. John Anthony has you covered. Call 1-800-244-5506. John Anthony Sports, #1 against the spread. 1-800-244-5506. You want information? I've got it. Denver, LA, side and total. I love to go 2-0 or get the rest of the season on me. 1-800-244-5506. That's 1-800-244-5506. Or go to johnanthonysports.com.
Sponsored by JFSR Group. George Gets Justice. The attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers are proud of their local roots and their deep connection to San Antonio. They stand up for their neighbors, fight for justice, and make sure every voice is heard. When you've been injured in an accident, count on George Salinas Injury Lawyers. George guarantees that you don't pay anything unless they win your case. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George Gets Justice. GetGeorge.com.
Good morning, beat freaks. Who's ready to move? Let's start this day right.
Tasha's morning dance parties are meeting rave reviews.
Lose your phones and find your groove.
They need an ops manager to help their community dance the morning away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, except when your family's starting to get on your nerves. When you need to escape for a little while, head down to SA Card House. Have yourself a good meal. Have yourself a good drink. Win yourself some money on the card tables. 281 in bidders. It's SA Card House.
It's the Blitz here on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live out at Chicken and Pickle off of UTSA Boulevard with our friends from Flight by Yingling. Yes, we have the Yingling Ugly Sweaters. You can come win one. At 6 o'clock, we're giving away that fire pit, the Solo Stove Fire Pit, worth $250. You want to get over here to Chicken and Pickle and get your name in that bucket.
That is a great prize. Somebody's going to walk away with that thing. That's fantastic. So, yeah, come on over here and hang with us. Folks are starting to show up and register for stuff, and they're getting a free beer as well.
Absolutely. The Texans, I don't know, bad news, Patrick Mahomes will play Saturday as the Texans take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's talk about it with the General, John McClain from HoustonTexans.com, joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Is Patrick Mahomes actually human? The fact that he, has practiced all week and is going to play with that high ankle sprain on Saturday.
Yeah, I can't believe such a big deal's been made over nothing. He's been full participation in practice, and when you're full participation in practice, you play. And yet everybody's trying to say what's best for him and the Chiefs. The bottom line, he always plays. In 2019, Mahomes had an ankle sprain, and there was speculation that he wasn't going to play against the Texans, and he played through 3 touchdown passes at Arrowhead Stadium, but the Texans beat them 31-24. They need that kind of performance Saturday, but they're not going to get it because Texans offense is basically mediocre at best, pathetic at worst. And I think it'll be a close game because all Chiefs games are close and almost all Texans games are close. So I think the Chiefs will win a 3-point game, and we'll see a lot of field goals.
Interesting that you say that. John, I've got to ask you, that Miami game, I think, was a weird football game. And Joe Mixon didn't have any success running the football. Is there an issue there, or are teams stacking the box with him, or is there something else going on?
No, that's 3 times now that he's averaged less than 2 yards a carry over the last 6 weeks because he gets hit in the backfield because the offensive line is terrible. And the running game was awful. And then, of course, D'Amico Ryans talked about the improved play of the offensive line, and I'm like, my God, you couldn't run. Your leading rusher was a 35-yard fake punt, and you had 15 yards from a wide receiver because the offensive line did a terrible job. So many times guys beat initial blocks and hit Mixon in the backfield. I went back over the game in slow motion and watched every play twice. It's amazing how much their linemen, especially inside, get beat. And it's not just them. The tight ends, they've been inconsistent blocking as well. Last year, those guys blocked great. And C.J. Stroud was sacked 4 times. And both touchdown passes to Nico Collins, he was forced out of the pocket and had to throw off schedule on when he scrambled. So I don't see that the offensive line wasn't terrible, but it certainly wasn't good to me because it has been basically the best performance by this offensive line has been average.
Average, and that's being kind. You know, John, you think about that win over Miami, and Tua was awful in that game. That was one of those games where, you know, the Texans probably shouldn't have won the game, but, you know, a couple of interceptions, and they were able to get out of there with a win. Was there more of a sense of relief or satisfaction when that thing was over in that locker room?
Well, I thought the Dolphins would win. Tua had been great. He'd gone 184 passes without throwing an interception. He'd been red hot since coming back from his concussion on the season. His rating was 107.5, 17 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions in 9 games. And then the Texans pressured him. Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr., you know, the defensive line of the Texans is playing great. They're getting great pressure on quarterbacks. Christian Harris, who'd been out at linebacker since the playoffs, came back. They put him in the lineup, and he picked up where he left off when I thought he'd have all kind of rust to knock off. And when Azeez Al-Shire comes back, they'll have Harris and Al-Shire, both of whom are super fast. And Henry To'oTo'o has been playing really well at linebacker, and Stingley's been incredible. And Kamari Lassiter and Kalen Bullock, their rookie corner and safety, they've played well. So they got after Tagovailoa. They did a great job against the run, totally shut down the running game. It was a fantastic performance, and they won by 8. They were favored by 2.5. And I thought the odds makers were nuts to make them a 2.5-point favorite. And I picked Miami by 3. Shows you what I know.
Well, you got 2 other guys that thought Miami would win that game too, John. So you're not alone. You're in good company. Look at this Kansas City game. When you look at it, and you mentioned it a little bit earlier, they don't beat anybody badly. I mean, every game that they play is close, but that defense is pretty good. What do the Texans have to do to go up there and steal a win?
Well, you would think they would have to run the ball to help control the clock, but I expect Kansas City to totally dominate the running game and then get after C.J. Stroud. Their strength is up the middle with Chris Jones. Their defensive end, George Karlaftis, has been really good. You know, it's a great defense, rated 3rd. Texans are rated 4th. And I think that Bobby Slowick, the offensive coordinator, should be throwing a lot of quick short passes that substitute for runs. Take your time working the ball down the field. You get across the 50, don't turn it over. Have Ka'imi Fairbairn kick 55-yard field goals if you have to. But I'm flabbergasted at how bad I can't say bad, how disappointing the passing game has been, and it all starts up front. But because of the pressure and the constant hits, Stroud doesn't find some receivers that are running open. He rushes his throws sometimes, and if I'd gone through what he's gone through, I don't blame him. Now, Patrick Mahomes is getting hit a lot. His left tackle's awful. He has pressured over 50% of his throws last week. He's been getting hit a lot the last 3 games, and you could see him get frustrated. And Kansas City's offense is not explosive. You'd think it would be with Xavier Worthy. not. Travis Kelce's having his worst season since his rookie year when he didn't start. Is this game winnable like the Texans did in 19? Sure. But I would feel better about their chances if their offense was better. And I can't wait to see what changes come to that offense after the season.
John McClain from HoustonTexans.com, expecting changes in the offseason. There always are some as he joins us here on the Blitz. Now, you think about the Chiefs this year, and the record is incredible, but so has been their luck. Will it take some sort of miracle for the Chiefs to get a win, or do you just think they're the better team, and ultimately, when it's all said and done, the better team is going to win on Saturday?
I think the better team is going to win on Saturday. That's the Chiefs. They're playing at home. Last time these two teams played 2 years ago, the Texans were terrible and the Chiefs were great. The Texans lost by 3. And they'll be up at the Sea of Red. They'll be outside. They have not played well on the road outside against good teams. So they ought to lose this game. Then they turn around Christmas Day and play the Ravens. There's a good chance the Texans are going to play the Ravens in the 16th game and the 18th game, both at NRG Stadium. And Lamar Jackson's playing better than any time in his career, better than his 2 MVP seasons. And they've never beaten him, 0-4, have a 5-game losing streak. They started and ended last year at Baltimore. This year, I think they're going to lose that game on Christmas, turn around and lose 2 weeks after in a wild card game here.
Well, that's interesting you say that, John, because, the Texans still have a lot to play for, don't they? They can't go any further than the 4th seed, obviously, but they could climb up the ladder just a little bit with a couple of wins over Kansas City and Baltimore. Obviously, easier said than done. This team still has a lot to play for.
Oh, they sure do. If they could upset Kansas City, that would make that Christmas Day game even bigger with Baltimore. And the way the defense has been playing, maybe they would finally be able to contain Lamar Jackson. Pittsburgh's done a great job of it. Nobody else has done it consistently. Then they go on the road to Tennessee, where they would have a chance to avenge their worst and most embarrassing loss of the season, losing to the Titans and Will Levis here. And so, yeah, they still got a lot to play for. I tell you what, can you imagine the way they would be viewed going into the playoffs if they could win the rest of their games? Because nobody expects it, and certainly not me.
Certainly not you. Now, John, I've got to ask you a personal question, a dilemma that I am facing. All your years of football knowledge, it's playoff time in fantasy football. Patrick Mahomes has been my quarterback and yet hasn't put up the numbers I thought Patrick would put up when I drafted him. But with his injury, I'm a little gun shy. But my backup is Justin Herbert. He's also one dealing with an ankle and hasn't put up ridiculous numbers. Who would you start in fantasy football this week? Justin Herbert tonight against the Broncos or Mahomes on Saturday against the Texans?
Justin Herbert is at home, but the Bronco fans will turn it into like Denver, West Coast. They travel great. A lot of Denver fans in the LA area. And the Broncos have the best defense in the NFL. And if they win, they clinch the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes is playing at home. Yes, he has a bad ankle, but I would never go against Mahomes.
Never go against Mahomes.
Go, never go. Do you ever wear ugly sweaters, John?
No, I don't wear sweaters. And I'll tell you a story about Mattress Mac. Mattress Mac he has a horse farm and went to the Kentucky Derby 3 years ago, and he met Patrick Mahomes. And he told Mahomes, "You cost me a lot of money when you guys beat the Bengals." And he said, "Mac, don't ever bet against me." So I'm going to say, Jason, don't ever bet against him.
Yep, that's a great story.
There you go.
And great advice. All right, so I'll go with Patrick Mahomes.
Go with Patrick Mahomes.
John, I know you got to work on Christmas because the Texans are playing. I guess next Thursday we get the after game recap the day after. Have a Merry Christmas to you and your family. Appreciate, as always, you jumping on with us here in San Antonio.
Jason and Joe, thank you very much. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you and all of your listeners.
Appreciate it. The great John McClain. Follow him on Twitter at McClain_on_NFL. John McClain and all our guests on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
John McClain, he's one of a kind, isn't he?
He is definitely
really is.
one of a kind. And I look at the idea of Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, and, that's in traditional fantasy playoffs. If you're playing on underdog, you can play Justin Herbert tonight and try to win some money. You can do the same thing on Saturday when Mahomes is playing. You've got bowl games tonight. You've got the Spurs playing tonight. You're going to be watching a lot of games. You want to win money while watching those games? Make sure you download the Underdog Fantasy app and play the Pick'em game, where all you have to do is pick higher or lower on predicted stats on the Pick'em game, where you could win up to 1,000 times your money. And Underdog is running a special promo or a bonus just about every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. They've got discounts. Basically, what they do with the discounts, they're adjusted projections on certain stats to give you a better shot at the win. And free picks, a sure thing. Player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the Underdog Fantasy app. Use my promo code STAR when you sign up. Deposit now and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Again, promo code STAR when you get signed up. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, promo code STAR at Underdog Fantasy.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Friday on the Morning Huddle. Get ready. Coach Mike McCarthy gets here at 6:45. We're looking forward to a big week of football.
And take a look at the playoff picture after last night's Thursday night football game between the Chargers and the Broncos. We've got a full weekend of football to preview. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1. San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. I think everyone knows that driving while using a cell phone, texting, posting videos is dangerous. Study after study shows that use of a cell phone like this is the same or worse than driving under the influence. Yet, many people insist on using their cell phones while driving. I've had many cases where my client was injured by one of these people because they chose to use their cell phone. Who are these people? You and I have both seen them, probably today. Men, women, old, young, minivan drivers, truck drivers, 18-wheeler drivers. I know this. The same person that chooses to use their cell phone while driving is the same person who will lie about it later just to avoid taking responsibility. If you choose to use a cell phone while driving and hurt someone, you'd better hope they don't call me. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, call me. Jason Thompson, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
Sweetie, come here. Don't worry. I see a lot of patients with the exact same thing.
Ever since the ice skating rink went in next door,
Or is it more than
Dr. Clark's business is heating up.
So many patients need my help. How will I find time to see all of them?
They need to hire a scheduler, stat.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Flo here from Progressive to tell you how you get more than great savings with us. You get customer service access through our mobile app, online chat, or by phone.
That's a lot of ways I can get in touch with you. I see what's going on here. You can't name favorites, but I'm your number one customer.
Actually, we offer all our customers these ways to contact us.
I'm sure you give just any customer your personal
company
contact info.
Well, you did call us more than any other customer this year. So in that sense, you are our number one customer.
Get help from Progressive through the website, app, chat, or phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
America's Diamond has never sold lab-grown diamonds, and we warned our clients, friends, and neighbors that wholesale prices would crash to almost nothing. 2-carat GVS2 lab-grown diamonds are currently being traded at wholesale for $264, but some jewelers are still selling them online for $3,000 to $4,000. Repeat, wholesale $264, retail $3,000 to $4,000. Some retailers are selling 1-carat lab-grown diamonds for under $300, and others are giving them away for free with purchase. Lab-grown diamonds are very easy to detect with gemological equipment. Tens of millions of carats are produced in huge factories in China and India, using a tremendous amount of subsidized electricity supplied by coal-burning power plants. America's Diamond has only offered traditional, real, natural earth-grown diamonds that are rare, extremely beautiful, and have had real value for centuries. See our television program tonight on ABC KSAT 12 at 12:35 a.m. or right now at americasdiamond.com.
Listen to this message I received.
First message.
This is Santa Claus. Hey, I'm calling to give you a heads up. Last Christmas, so many people asked me for a Kinetico water softener, but getting all those Kinetico units in and out of the sleigh, up and down the chimneys, well, it's not so good on my back. So I'm going to forward all those Kinetico wish lists directly to you. Here's Mrs. Claus.
Thanks again for installing our Kinetico. I just love how soft my man's beard is, and my skin feels silky smooth, even here at the North Pole.
So if it's okay with you, I'll handle the toys, you handle the water softeners.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit, and $400 off when you trade in your old water softener.
By the way, the elves just love your jingle.
Call 656 Pure Kinetico.
I'm not a fan of the gluten-free cookies. Bye-bye.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656 Pure Kinetico.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves.
Curbside pickup and delivery available, and the lowest prices for over 30 years only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly. Be 21.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com. This is Game Night San Antonio on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Every game night, the Blitz with Jason and Joe get you inside and ready for tonight's game. Players, coaches, insiders. This is Game Night San Antonio. And the pregame starts right now.
Yeah, the Hawks in at town tonight, taking on the Spurs over at the Frost Bank Center. Game Night San Antonio here on the Blitz. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Out here at Chicken and Pickle on air for, I don't know, about another 20 minutes. Then it's beer 30 for us.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that. Because we have to sit here and watch everybody else drink beer.
Yes.
So we get to enjoy that coming up here in just a moment. So it's been a lot of fun out here today. Chicken and Pickle.
Absolutely.
It really has.
Our ugly sweaters, a lot of people jealous about those.
Absolutely. And then Ben shows up and I feel much better.
Well, you should, because that's just an ugly outfit all the way around. Although, you know, it's funny because we're talking about the Spurs. I got my tickets for the game on Saturday for Spurs and Blazers.
Yeah.
It's ugly sweater night.
Oh, so you're going to wear this?
No.
Why not?
I might, but I doubt it.
I don't know why you wouldn't.
Because, you know, I only have one, and I'm going to guess my wife would love to wear an ugly sweater.
Well, but she doesn't have the same one you do. So you wouldn't be matching.
Oh, no, but she could wear this one, and I'd be just fine.
Oh, so you're going to let her wear that?
Yes, and I'll just wear a Spurs shirt.
Dude, that would swallow your wife up.
She's
not going to wear that.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. But it's one of those things.
Dude, play along, man. Throw your wife a bone. You know what I mean?
Well, that's easy.
No, do it for something for her, all right? Not for you.
It's always for me.
Yeah, exactly. Jeez.
You look at the Spurs-Hawks game tonight. I haven't seen the complete or the current injury report for Atlanta. And they played good basketball. Well, kind of. But Trae Young, probable, dealing with that Achilles injury. But for the Spurs, both Trey Jones and Keldon Johnson are probable. Zach Collins is still listed as questionable. So certainly a chance that they get those two guys back tonight against Atlanta.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's good. And look, obviously this is one of those games. Spurs own Atlanta's number 1 draft pick, unprotected, so you want them to do poorly. Spurs can do their part today. What I find interesting, though, Jason, is I've mentioned it in SportsCenter a couple of times. Atlanta's 14-13. Spurs are 13-13. Atlanta's 7th in the East. The Spurs are 11th in the West. Goes to show you the differences between the two conferences.
It really does. And again, the Spurs trying to get a game over 500, and we've got their pick. I mean, this is a big game, but I think for the Spurs, it's simple. As dumb as it sounds, as much as we've been bitching about the three-point shot, they've made fewer three-point shots than their opponents in 6 straight games. They've also turned the ball over more than their opponent in 4 straight games. Don't turn it over, make some threes, and go get a W.
Oh, that sounds easy. Man, if I'm Mitch Johnson, I'm giving that exact speech.
I mean, look, if Woody Johnson's kids can give a scouting report, so can some idiot on the radio.
I'm just saying, man,
right?
Hey, guys, just make baskets and don't turn it over.
I mean,
we win.
He probably actually says that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, it seems simple, but Atlanta's, and again, you look at recent histories, you look at some of the notes, and you go, well, sure, Atlanta's had a lot of success against the Spurs lately. Well, the Spurs have been awful. This year's team has been up and down, and, they're 500. They can get back over 500 with the win tonight. Tip-off at 7 o'clock. It will be televised on the CW if you're hunting around for it. So it's going to be on the CW. And, quite frankly, two bad teams generally make a pretty good game.
Well, and this could be. I hope that everybody's healthy and everybody plays. That would make it that much better. But we'll see. I mean, it's a big sports night. You got the Spurs on. You got the NFL on. You got what else we got on?
You got a college bowl game. You got
bowl
Sam Houston State.
Oh, well, we got the Spurs game and we got NFL. So
there's some Bearcats. There's some Bearcats rolling around.
There is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
A lot of Bearcats in San Antonio.
I've never met any.
You have.
Have I?
Yeah. Well, Lisa Pinto.
Lisa Pinto.
She went there.
She's nice.
Yes. The rich dudes that run SBC.
The rich dudes that run SBC?
Yeah, they got buildings named for them in Huntsville. Yes.
Oh, that's good. Good. Who are they playing?
Georgia Southern.
Georgia, okay.
In the New Orleans Bowl. And you can listen to that game on ESPN AM 1250, Sam Houston State's first ever bowl game. All the bowl games, whether it's tonight's game or, say, tomorrow night with the first round playoff game, the first one on Friday night, Penn State, is it? Who is tomorrow night? Notre Dame.
Yeah, Notre Dame in Indiana.
Yeah, that game Friday night. All our bowl coverage brought to you by Smoky Mo's Barbecue, the Break Room Bar over in Live Oak, and Ewald Kubota.
And we'll talk a lot about that tomorrow here on the Blitz, the college football playoffs. So looking forward to that. It ought to be, man, what a great weekend of football. And Saturday's going to be just jam-packed. You're going to have your choice of college football playoffs, NFL football. Man, what a day.
And state championship football, 11 a.m. at the Smithson Valley Rangers.
That too.
Going for a state title. So, yeah, it's going to be an incredible next couple of days of football. And, again, a lot of that you can listen to here on at 94.1, and you'll be talking about it all next week. And you just kind of go from there.
I really hope Larry Hill gets one.
Me too.
Yeah, he deserves one. He's come close, but he deserves one. And good luck to the Smithson Valley Rangers. I hope they get it done tomorrow, Saturday.
They're playing Highland Park.
Yeah.
And so you've got two of the winningest coaches in Texas football history squaring off in a state championship game.
As it should be.
Yes.
Right? As it should be.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. So I'm certainly rooting for Smithson Valley. The old saying, once a Ranger, always a Ranger. For 12 years I did their radio and was there for 3 state championship game losses, 1 in overtime, 1 on a last-second field goal, and 1 they just got trucked.
Yeah. Well, Larry's a good dude.
He is.
I want him to get that.
Absolutely. You know what we do every Thursday about this time?
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
We help you get ready for the weekend with something we call What's on Tap. It is brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint, online at samsburgerjoint.com. And you look at, live music all weekend long, all kinds of places. Like tonight at Sam's Burger Joint, they got Palacio Brothers. On Friday night, the Greyhounds. Saturday night, Ken Slavin's Swingin' Holiday Show. Ken Slavin does all kinds of great stuff. He is incredible. That will be a fun night Saturday night out at Sam's Burger Joint. Then on Sunday, Ruben V is going to be playing out there. Go to samsburgerjoint.com and you can get all of their calendar, everything going on, buy your tickets, see their menu, all there at samsburgerjoint.com.
Always a lot of fun out of Sam's Burger Joint. But if you're not going out there, tonight you can go to Green Hall and see Paul Cawthon, the acoustic version, I suppose. Majestic Theater is Peter Pan is out there. And, of course, the Spurs taking on the Hawks inside the Frost Bank Center. You want to see some Texas Longhorn basketball, you go to the Moody Center tonight. They're taking on New Orleans. Midland at ACL Live.
Friday night, Green Hall. Paul Cawthon is still out there. It says sold out, so we're probably saying that name wrong, but he must be big if he's playing a couple of nights out at Green Hall. I've never heard of him.
And he's sold out.
Yeah, Braxton Keith out at Flores Country Store. Kinfo playing at Stable Hall at the Pearl. That is a great, great local kind of rock and country band. Kinfo, they are fantastic. Peter Pan still rolling at the Majestic. I don't know what Mohawk Outdoor is, but Mohawk Outdoor has Big Freedia Christmas with Queen Diva. I'm guessing that's where you'll find James Pledger.
I would assume so. Mohawk Outdoor. That's fantastic. I know where you'll be Saturday night. You'll be at the Frost Bank Center watching the Spurs take on the Portland Trailblazers. Green Hall, it looks like Carson Jeffries is out there. And then a good show at Floors on Saturday night. Braxton Keith is going to be out there. And again, boy, Peter Pan's got a hell of a run going. Midland is at ACL Live. If you haven't seen Midland, they're fantastic. Go see them at ACL Live on Saturday night.
Another band that is fantastic. It's called Girl in a Coma. Seriously.
How the hell do they come up with some of these?
I have no idea. But Girl in a Coma is a great band, all females. They just opened up a new bar called the Rah Rah Room down on San Pedro, across from... dang it, what's it called? But anyway, it's their grand opening weekend, and they're playing there. And, I was reading in the Current, they're a local band, need a place to play, need other places. So they just opened up a spot.
Nice.
What's that dive bar on San Pedro? I want to say the Bang Room, but that's not right. That is what it's called, right? The Bang Bang Room. Or
the Bang Room.
Huh? Yeah, that is theirs as well.
Wow.
Thanks, Craig, for talking without a microphone doing radio.
It's funny that Shelton knows exactly where the Bang Bang Room is.
Well, he, knows all about girls in a coma.
That's the only success he has.
Typically. I mean, if he's having a good night, she's in a coma.
In a coma.
Yeah, absolutely. Sunday, Asleep at the Wheel is playing at Green Hall.
Nice.
Jack Ingram at ACL Live. And then there's some live music into next week. What's
Absolutely.
on Tap? Brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint, online at samsburgerjoint.com.
How do they come up with these things?
You ask that every time.
I do, because it gets weirder every single time.
Well, all the
Girl in a Coma,
all the generic names that you would come up with have been taken.
Flogging Molly.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. That works.
I guess.
It works.
See, there's a story there.
You know what else we do?
Grilling with the Blitz, presented by Tri-County Meat Market.
We tell you every week, upload your grilling photos for your chance to win a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. And Rudy did that. He's got a tri-tip, and that tri-tip looks damn near perfect. Maybe a little A little overcooked for my liking, but for most, that looks perfect.
It's pretty juicy looking.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's good. Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Absolutely. So congratulations, Rudy. You win yourself a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. And look, holidays, those big fancy dinners that you're going to do next week with all the family in town, make sure you get into Tri-County Meat Market. Out on Ralph Fair Road over on Huebner. Get in and get your great meat for that holiday meal. And they've got those gift boxes as well if you need some last-minute ideas. Those are game changers, those gift boxes that they have. So you could get some holiday shopping done as well out at Tri-County Meat Market.
No better place to go if for any kind, whether it's a Saturday afternoon in June or Christmas, Easter, whatever, Tri-County Meat Market's the best.
Absolutely. A couple of minutes before we wrap up here at Chicken and Pickle, and then we're giving away that Solo Stove fire pit. You think about, big game tonight on for Thursday Night Football. Again, you can listen to that game here, Chargers-Broncos on 94.1, brought to you by Flight by Yingling. But then you get into the playoffs. Now, Prime Picks tomorrow, I've already submitted mine because I'm off tomorrow. I'm off all next week. But you think about Saturday's games and even the playoffs tomorrow. The Friday night game is one thing. The whiteout game, Penn State, SMU, it's just going to be such an incredible weekend of football.
It really is. And I tell you what, SMU, I'm wishing them a lot of success. And I think they've got a chance against Penn State. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I think that Ohio State-Tennessee game is going to be a lot of fun. Jason, that could be a barn burner. Honestly, probably the best matchup, just looking at both teams of the first weekend. So it's going to be a fun weekend, man. If you're a football junkie like we are, just buckle up and have fun.
And think about, being somewhere where there's multiple televisions or setting up multiple TVs because, man, you're going to be with the NFL. And this is where I'm kind of mad at the NFL. Why would they do that to the college football playoffs? Because Saturday is just going to be such a great day of college football, and you're throwing in two really good NFL games in there at the same time. But the NFL is king, so we're all going to figure it out so you don't miss much or any of the action.
Absolutely not. And it's two pretty good games on Saturday NFL-wise, so you're going to have your options, and that's a good thing. So I'm looking forward to it, man. We'll make it work, and the more football, the better as far as I'm concerned.
Time to give away the fire pit from Flight by Yingling. Want to thank our friends from Flight by Yingling for having us out here at Chicken and Pickle. And, man, I'm looking at that bucket, all those registrations that are in there. It's been a fun time out here giving away all these ugly sweaters, and I know a lot of people are jealous that we have them. You guys have a good night. Mike McCarthy tomorrow morning on The Huddle.
You're listening to The Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.